Bring down the power.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Stop hell and damnation. Bring down the power. Love to heal a nation is the greatest power. Destruction is blowing over this land. And now the earth is trembling with man's oppression of man. Now the time comes to sit down and rediscover what's life. Show the world the true meaning of real power, not strife. Put a hand from the fire and cleanse the wicked. Right now, all of them who does worship, greed and vanity must bow. Unity is the banner, so come together. I say, and this love is for freedom, it grows stronger each day. Bring down the bomb, love, I say. The bomb, love, I say, is the greatest power. Stop hell and damnation. Love to heal a nation. Rejoice in a rhythm of celebration. Come on. Lift your voice with a feeling of satisfaction as one. And then we move with a purpose, all freedom lovers. Hold tight. Stepping out of the darkness with one direction. Inside, bring down the bomb, love, I say. The bomb, love, I say, is the greatest power. Stop hell and damnation. Love to heal a nation is the greatest power.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
with my dignity.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Time check, it's about 32 minutes past 6 o'clock. When you're listening and viewing the Ground Report, yours truly, the pitbull of radio, Lennox Smith, Michael. Everybody's here, man. Not 100 today, but the show have to go on. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Anifas D. Mohammed, Ginger Maraj, David, Thomas, Nikki Nick, Tara, good morning, Richard Young, Nadira, good morning, Brady House, good morning to you all, Trini Nairo, good morning to you, Leela, good morning, Pinky, good morning, Trincia, good morning. Raj, good morning to you. Mohan, good morning. Ramchan, a pleasant good morning to you. Keith, good morning. Frank James, good morning to you. Arnold, so true, good morning. Hey, Wendy Ann, good morning. Stefan Lazama, good morning to you. Biznat, good morning. Bujram John, good morning. Matilda Rhodes, good morning to you. Danraj, good morning. Ruby, good morning. Prima Go Sign, but good morning. Oh boy, D'Souza, good morning to you. Salisha, good morning. Michael Khan, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother. Kevin George, good morning. And Mr. Pleasant, good morning to Makano. Not forgetting Malcolm X, good morning to you. Anna Ramsamy. Mr. Cruz, a pleasant good morning. Mr. Good morning to Anderson Wilson, his wife, and all the people in the beat. A pleasant good morning to you all. Hey, KK. And Delia, good morning. KK, good morning. Kongsa Neely Silva, good morning. Nasa Hussein, good morning to you. Kongsla Mohan, good morning, my brother. Pearl, good morning to you. Royal Prasad, good morning. Grace Caesar, good morning. Danish Mohan, good morning to you. Afrina Mohammed, good morning, Anthony. Anne Marie Amin, good morning. I ain't see you yesterday. Will you come on late? Katie, good morning. Tony Jail or Jail Tony, good morning to you. Hey, Sita Conmisium, good morning to you. Matilda Rhodes, good morning. Hey, Neil Thomas, good morning. Selwyn Batiste, good morning. Tara Aru Maharaj, good morning to you. Arilal, good morning to you. Raja Mohammed, good morning. Jenny Bell, good morning to you. Jesse, good morning. Manifesto Police, good morning. Singh, good morning. Ryan, good morning. Abraham, good morning. Joycelyn, good morning to you. Earl, good morning. Christian Reyes, good morning. Kizzy, good morning. Sean Martin, good morning to you. Timothy Roberts, good morning. LP, good morning. Maria from Princeton, good morning to you. Marilyn Sicharan, good morning to you. Devika Balkaran, good morning. Danny, good morning to you. Dara, good morning. Brian, good morning. Big Spix, good morning to you. Deborah, good morning. Rishi, good morning. Tracy, good morning to you. Pete, Victor, Samlal Singh, a pleasant good morning to you. Gloria Escola, good morning. Calvary Spirit, good morning to you. Bernadette, good morning. Darren Daniel, a pleasant good morning to you. How the thing going by? Chandra, good morning. Oh boy, Darren Daniel say morning to my friend and family. Change is coming. Annette, good morning. We go see my brother. Our government reflects its people. Let's see if the people will really actually want that change. But don't matter if Rowley and them commented. Video, good morning. Baby, good morning. Miss Balmain, good morning. Savia, pleasant good morning to you. A&A doubles and roti. Noel Brown, Gita Brown. Sunlove Kevon. Sadia. Good morning to each and every one of you. The Iron Lady, the Juice Woman, good morning. And Jimmy Ramkrit, good morning to you, my brother. Zibriangani, good morning. Ryan Nick Chedi. Anna Ramsamy, good morning. Ramota Singh, good morning. Alan Hercules, good morning to you. Oh boy. Sukraj, good morning. Maria Kalicharan, good morning to you. Anyhow, let me see what it is. As promised. What was Roseman, good morning. Let me see what was Fali's response. Well, yes, I did call him out for the right thing, and he did. The same day respond. And when somebody respond and they answer back, at least we have to understand or hear what it is they say. I hope nothing else can come up where I don't call him back out again. Because PNM must not win Tobago. Let's hear Fali, let's hear Fali.
Good afternoon, Tobago. Good afternoon to those who might join this live from beyond the sensational headline that is meant to deliberately misconstrue a message that was given will cause people to consider this matter of crime differently. Sometimes this morning I saw a headline about Fali giving a tongue lashing to mothers concerning crime. I posted on my Facebook page after sharing the post from the Office of the Chief Secretary the full message as was given for Diwali. Saturday evening, the Hindu community in Tobago, they celebrated Diwali in anticipation of next week, and I was invited. In fact, at that celebration, we also honored Mr. Orville London, who in 2014 gave the land to the Hindu community. In my message, I did some research which was quite interesting about what Diwali means and what this celebration is centered around. And many of you are unaware that this Diwali celebration is centered around the return of Prince Rama, who was banished. And the story goes that this prince was banished because his stepmother was granted 2 wishes by his father, her husband, and wish number 1 was to banish Prince Rama for 40 years, and wish number 2 was to make her son, Prince Rama's younger son, the younger sibling, the king. So Prince Rama was banished for 40 years, but eventually he returned triumphantly, and eventually he got the crown that was rightfully his. And so this concept of light over darkness is a concept about the fact that darkness only exists when there is an absence of light. When there is an absence of light, that's when darkness exists. And so in that context, I said to the Igbo community, I was present at the Gulf City Mall, that look, the darkness we're experiencing now with crime is because there is an absence of light. Because sometimes we are guilty of shutting the door on light and allowing darkness to reign supreme. Once light shows up, darkness must go. And so in that context, I said, as mothers, if you suspect and know that your sons are dealing in illicit businesses and that their illicit activities are providing gains which you are benefiting from, mothers, you have a responsibility to shine some light on that and dispel that darkness. I spoke to parents in general. I said, parents, do you remember that at one time, if you took home a copybook from school, a pencil that did not belong to you, that your parents would beat you, get a good flogging? And I asked Sister Vegans, where those days? How do we move from a state where we could not carry on a copy that did not belong to us without the rebuke of our parents? So today, it will be okay for parents to enjoy the benefits of ill-gotten days. I spoke to churches, and in particular I spoke to the Hindu community, who is now building out their material. I said, look, when this temple is finished, don't lock up inside the temple and not go out and do social activities. Churches, and we have other churches present to celebrate with the Hindu community. I said, churches, I said, you can't just lock up in your church and expect that they be changed. You have to go out. You have to ensure you infect and affect your community churches. So essentially, it's a speech about all of us taking responsibility. Nowhere in that speech did I say that mothers are to be blamed for all the crime and all the violence on the island of Tobago or in the country. I placed the first speech there so that you can go and take a listen to the entire speech.
Nice, and he did answer back. And he cleared the air. That's good. What we have in the headliners today? Trinidad and Tobago, what's on your headliners? What's on your front burner? Don't forget to send your WhatsApp messages. You can make your calls. All lines are open. All voice notes is open. While we go through Lennox Smith, let's go through what is the headliners that we have there this morning. Any more deaths, in fact? Murders? They're gonna buy 1 more, 2 more? Hey, we got there that we didn't get a murder added on? Let me know. But I'm not hearing here. I don't know why I'm not hearing you. I don't know why I'm not hearing you. And everything is good on my side. Nope, not hearing you. But like you hearing me, Your headphones off, you know. You know, put back on your headphones. I say, show you look at it on, it back off. So I see the movement of the headphones on and off, but I'm not hearing you. So let me invite you the people out there. Let me see if I have any voice. So by the time, then I will organize and just go through some of the headlines. Next time I catch the papers. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yes. Nice. Oh boy. Nice. Let me get this. Play some voice notes by the time. I hear you now a speaker thing in the back. So you go mute until it could come through. No, I'm not hearing you. Your headphones back off.
Are you hearing me now, Andy?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
All right, great. Great. I want to do, boy. Murphy's Law is something else, man. But of course, we have to persevere and we have to do what we have to do in order to, of course, bring the information to the people. There are all kinds of misinformation, disinformation, and rank lies, and what I can consider to be a plethora that we will get at this point in time, including, of course, attacking our own character, and of course the veracity of in our attempt, of course, to sully or to reduce the veracity of what we are saying, but we are not going to relent. That has been a mainstay of the ground report. We have come too far to, of course, relent to what I consider to be neophytic simpletons that clearly are only here to try to defend the indefensible. And as I said last night, anybody who has a leader like Dr. Rowley, having regarded to his licentious or sexually immoral past, I would have no regard for them, and what they have to say is like water on duck back. But nonetheless, as a Lavantillian, I am duty bound to respond, and I'm going to respond as vicious as they are, only to let them know that within Lennox Smith and others, there is the capacity to respond just as them, when especially in areas where there's blatant and unadulterated lies. So let us make certain. I am making it certain and pellucid that would be Lennox Smith's approach. Of course, Andy and Mikey are individuals, and they will, of course, approach in their own manner. That being as it may, quite a lot of information. Yes, we have another death, of course, overnight in Belmont on this particular occasion. But that is par for the course as per usual, so we're not going to have too much on that, except to say that, of course, Mitchell Tourism contributed $16 billion to GDP. That represents, according to him, about 7% of the GDP. That statistics, I would want to see. I'm mad to send under the Freedom of Information Act to see where that $16 billion came from. I am tempted to do that, but because with these fellas, they say things to impress, because they believe that people do not have access to the what I consider to be the basis or the bases from which they would have gathered that information and projected to the population. Usually, it is always nestled in some fantasy and some phantom source. We saw that, of course, with the closure of
Lennox.
Petrotrin.
Hold 1 minute, it's really important. Yeah, hold 1 minute, it's important.
Go ahead.
Chairman Ryan, morning. Morning, Chairman Ryan, morning. Mr. Chairman.
Hi, morning, Andy.
Morning. Well, a great thing you saw. You will let the people know while I put up his picture here on the screen. Oh boy, we boy Trinidad and Tobago. Well, he will tell you all. Go ahead, my brother. Tell them the sad news.
Of course, this is the chairman
Andy, are you hearing me?
Yes, we are hearing you loud and clear. Give us the sad news.
Yes, one of your avid supporters and one of my Burgesses from the community of Brazil, Mr. Harry De Uragunanan, better known as Sam. We know him as the short-bearded guy from the Brazil village. He's always out there pounding the pavements and lending support, whenever needed. He passed away, unfortunately, 2 days ago. I got the message that, apparently he was ailing for a bit. I think he was in hospital. He passed away. It is very sad because he was a real live wire in the community of Brazil. As you know, he would always be calling the radio programs and so on. So Sam has passed away, one of your avid supporters.
Right. But he was getting through with the road that he was thing in there. Was it China getting through to help him out and thing?
Yes. We started it, but because of the rainy season, we had to slow it up a bit and wait for the dry season. But things were already in train with him in that area there.
Well, right. Thanks so much, my brother, and you keep up the good work. Well, I hope all you get. What about funding with the corporation and all you being able to take care of purchases as your own? Where's the latest with that? Lennox Smith, you could ask him anything because we done have him on already. Yeah. What's going on?
I think it's important because, of course, the government has been boasting of course, where the property tax is expected to go. They are yet, of course, to rationalize a mechanism for equitable distribution because they have realized, as you and others have told them, that it will be a disparity and in the implementation of this act in terms of the resources that would result to be shared among regional corporations, simply because there are some corporations that have very few buildings to tax as opposed to others. So what are your views now on that, and what is the status? And the financial year has come to an end, and one is, of course, is commencing, and monies have not yet been released for the new one. But what has been the experience, Chairman and Councillor?
We have absolutely no faith in this government's pronouncements that the local government is going to benefit from property tax. In the last financial year, the allocation told us that we were getting $14 million from property tax, and as a responsible council at Kuva Tabakit, we would property tax. We have made it lucidly clear we do not support property tax, but the government of the day indicated this is in your allocation for this financial year. So we had to plan accordingly for the financial year. And it never came to pass. We have not gotten 14 cents out of that 14 million allocated under property tax for Kuva Tabakit Alparo in the last financial year. Right? We are in dire straits in Kuva Tabakit. We need quite a lot. We have a lot of equipment down. We need new equipment. Our region is huge, second largest geographically in the country. The only region that eclipses us in size is Sangre Grande Regional Corporation. But as you would appreciate, you have a lot of the northern range and a lot of the land space in Sangre Grande that is not developed. Nobody lives there really. Whereas in Kuva Tabakit, all of our land space is occupied. Now I'll tell you something. In this new financial year that we are in, we do not have any money to pave roads or build box trains in this new financial year. The allocation that we have been given is to just offset the bills that is going to be rolled over from the last financial year. We do not have any money in financial to pave not even 1 inch of road within Kuva Tabakit Alpha Regional Corporation. We're not going to be building any new trains in this financial year. I'll also tell you this. Just one day we had. Go ahead, Lennox.
Hey, let me ask a pointed question. The government had boasted and, of course, had promoted the property tax in relation to regional corporate. That is a given. But would you say that was merely a propaganda mechanism by the by the government with respect, of course, to the local government elections last. Having, of course, been forced to, of course, engage in that activity by the Privy Council. Privy Council said in no uncertain terms they attempted to undermine the constitution or put more poignantly the fundamental rights of the people to determine at an appropriate time, established time, their own representatives, of course. And we see that one of their campaign agenda was, of course, reform of regional corporations, fundamentally dealing with property tax. Was that a hoax? Was having regard to now we have several months to evaluate what the government has said on the campaign trail?
Lennox, that is a rhetorical question. That is like asking me if allows this tastes good, right? That is a rhetorical question, right? We know the PSM and propaganda, right? Since I was a little boy in Pampas, I've been hearing about local government reform, right? And it has not come to pass, right? So I have no faith and no belief. If anything serious has to take place in this country and any respect has to be given to local government, it would come under another government, a UNC government, right? Anybody but the PNM, it will come under that government, right? I serve along some councillors who have been there for about 20 years or so. And, you know, you hear these stories from them that they had, prior to Kamala Persad becoming Prime Minister in 2010, they never had office space, Lennox. They had to operate out of the trunks of their vehicles, drive through communities. It was the People's Partnership government led by Kamala Persad that gave them the respect, gave local government councillors the respect. Exactly, right? And we have office spaces, and we have a secretary, you know, and I mean it's real basic. But at the end of the day, it's still workforce. But to any local government reform, that is not going to come under any PNM government. I wanted to just make this point here, right? We were at a finance meeting. We were at a finance meeting just a couple of days ago, and we were looking. You know, we got just over $7 million for DP projects, right, in this new financial year. And as I indicated, 10 point something million of that is going to offset bills the last year for works that have been done in the last financial year. So already it's down to about 7 point something million that we're going to have. We have 15 councillors in Kuva Tabaki Corporation, 15 councillors who each serve an electorate of about between 12 to 15,000 persons. Between 12 to 15,000 persons, 15 councillors. There's another regional corporation that has just 8 councillors. Just 8 councillors, and their electorate is just about 4 to 5,000. Almost 1/3 of our electorate. They got more than us. They got about 17.5 million. We got about 17.25. I'm just showing you the disparity. There's a big difference between equality and equity. There's no equity in the allocation of funding for Kuva. Now, I am quite happy that corporation got the amount that they got, because one councillor in that corporation could get about almost $900,000 towards paving of roads in the area. Right. Just as hello,
go ahead.
Lennox, are you hearing me? Lennox, are you hearing me? Yes. Sorry. So, whereas in Kuva Tabakit, one of our councillors may just have about $250,000 to pave a road. Lennox, $250,000 to pave a road. You could stand up at the beginning of the paving and pelt a stone in one show to the other end of the paving. That is the length of road you're going to get paved, right? We are suffering in local government. We are suffering in Kuva Tabakit.
And do you think it is adding insult to injury when the government is on public record having withdrawn monies from the vote of regional corporation? And I want to know if yours was a victim of that, and to, of course, place it in the hands of CPEP and or URP. That is the information that we would have gotten. So in addition to the betrayal as far as the government's attempt to use so-called property tax to augment, what is coming to our attention is that they have taken away, reduced already depleted resources from regional corporations and putting it towards the advancement of URP and CPEP? And was your regional corporation a victim of that, what I consider to be reduction?
We were definitely a victim of that. And
Wow.
you know, I'm happy you asked that question. One of the votes that they took back all our funding from was the local government transformation vote. They are speaking about local government reform. They beat their chest and they speak about local government reform. And probably the most important vote, the most important piece of funding that would lead us towards local government transformation and reform would be that vote named local government transformation. They took back every cent that they gave to us to pump in the CPEP and URP and forestry and whatever it is. Additionally, this is very important. They took back $1 million under the sports and recreation ground vote. Now, we had projects already estimated. We already sent for the confirmation of funds. We did all the paperwork. It was just for them to release the funding for us, and we would have tendered these projects. The Las Lomas community, the Talparo community, and Caparo, not Carapo. I'm being clear here. Caparo, which is closer to Dodge Road. Las Lomas, Talparo, and Caparo are three communities where the recreation grounds, the infrastructure is in a state of disrepair, the pavilions and so on. That vote was supposed to be used to upgrade. I think there's another one in Tabakit somewhere up there. 4 communities were supposed to benefit from that vote in this last financial year. The 3 communities that I mentioned there, all 4 in La Hockey Talparo, I'm going to Talparo, are listening this morning and understand that Faris Alwari and his government, the PNM government, right, disenfranchised them and took away the money that was allocated. That $1 million is just a drop in the bucket. But at the end of the day, we're still trying to use it efficiently. To the, and the little bit that we get, it redounds to the broader benefit of our people. And we said we're gonna go into these communities. We produce champion cricket players in the Talparo community in Brazil. We have young ladies who play for the West Indies women's team coming out of our community-based cricket leagues and football leagues and so on. We need to show them the respect and maintain the properties that we have in these areas. And this is what this government did. They took away that funding. They were very nasty towards us. 4.3 million they took from us to put into CPEP, to put into the forestry and so on. Come on.
And finally, for me, to what extent does that, let's say, action of the central government affects or reflects the attitude of the burgesses towards the councillors? Because clearly, if it is, for example, you would have had plans and you made certain promises to burgesses, and then, of course, suddenly you are faced with a reduction without being, properly announced. So giving even the councillors or the regional corporations time to, of course, explain to the burgesses what impact does that have, because we are seeing a development, a very troubling trend in Tobago, where, of course, Fali, as you might have seen the clip earlier, is saying that because of the starvation of funds by the central government, the attitude of the burgesses or the electorate is one of animosity, but of course misdirected. I just want to get your views on that before we close this segment.
Lennox, very good question. I became a councillor in 2013, and from then till now, 2 things that I hold very dear to me when it comes to my relationship with my burgesses is trust, mutual trust, and respect. If I could position myself in a way where my burgesses trust me, I am happy. And if they respect me, I am happy. Now, all this taken into consideration, you have little to no funding to work with. Little to no funding. Yeah. So, when you reach that stage where you look at your allocation and you say, okay, this is what we're working with. I have $200,000 to put into my community. I am sure of this because this has been put into our allocation for this financial year. We're not happy with the amount we got, but this is what this is what I have to work with. I now go into the community with my technical team. We do an estimate and say, okay, this is what the $200,000 can give you. And then I speak to the community and say, okay, this financial year, we could upgrade this pavilion. We could change the roof. We could paint, fix up the toilets. And this is what we can do now. The community looks forward towards that. They're not already concerned about Faris taking back that 4.3. All they know is that Councillor Ryan Abbasad told them they're getting this amount of work this year. And when I cannot deliver that, it erases the trust and that respect. It is very, very difficult to walk the streets and meet people now because you can hardly do anything for them. You can hardly do anything for them, right? And even you know what's the sad thing? Just yesterday, I used the regional corporations, backhoe and truck, to do patching along the Third Station Road, which belongs to the Ministry of Works, which the MP for the area, Foster Commons, should be making representation, but he's not. And the councillor, with myself, I am not responsible, local government not responsible for this road. But here what? The councillor is the first man to get cost for the bad condition of the road. You understand? That's the position that we are in. So that situation where they taking back of the money, how they impact the Burgesses and so on, is a very bad one. It's a very, very bad one. Now, it takes time, and as local government practitioners, I want to encourage my colleagues to go out and keep your lines of communication and keep your people informed. It takes quite a lot, but you have to do it. I mean, use the airwaves. Andy and Lennox, and they are very gracious, to give this platform.
Yeah. For the
fighter. You was a fighter, and you always was a fighter, and you will continue being a fighter. Everybody know, right? Well, you, Ryan Rampersad,
yeah. He's a stalwart in the struggle for punishment too. And of course, our condolences go out to I believe he's one of your Burgesses. Stalwart of the Gong Report as well. Yeah. I trust that his family and others, friends, and that he would have, and acquaintances that he would have developed or associated with during his lifetime. I'm sure that they too would have missed him, as we clearly, now having gotten the benefit of that information, would sorely miss him. He has always been a live wire and a very dedicated soul for the improvement of not only his own community, but nationally as well.
Yeah, man, Ryan. But Ryan, thanks so much, brother.
Okay,
thanks so much, and you continue to keep up your good work, partner. Keep up your good work. Hard work is the key, and
thank you very much.
Hopefully, God will bless us with our work, because God will bless people unless the work towards it, which is the people are trying to make to work and want the Rowley PNM administration gone for we to get better governance under the UNC led by Kamla Prasad Bisesa. So let me see if it is dice what the people wants in next year. Please, God.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
have a great day, gentlemen.
And,
all right, man.
Yeah. Wow. The man's a fighter, no doubt. And in spite of the challenges that would have been posed by the removal of that essential lifeblood, which of course is funding. And this government will spare not even a whimper to, of course, once they perceive people to be their political enemies, they will, of course, try to starve, try to stymie, and try to, of course, generate animosity within the community at the local level, at the Burgesses level, at the electorate level. But we have a duty to let people know where to target or to focus your animosity. It must be at central government because of the level of incompetence, their vindictiveness, and their evil, and their incompetence at the same time, and their corruption and nepotism that has become stereotypical of the Rowley administration, led, of course, or within an organization that has morphed itself into a criminal enterprise. That being as it may, Andy, should go back to the headlines, or you want to, of course, engage the public?
No, let me engage the public. Right? So I'll start by engaging the public by playing some of these voice notes on them.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me play some of these voice notes on them here.
So people, now what has been the agenda of this government. They do it in Tobago, and they have no qualms in doing it in Trinidad, even though they are peddling this so-called property tax that will transform and is the panacea to solving local government.
You remember that? So you remember Sam, right? You remember Sam? Remember Poppy Petier again?
Yes. Yeah, I remember very distinctly. He would come here. In fact, he visited here once or twice since we moved to George Street.
Hey, he come to George Street too?
Yeah. He's a good friend of my assistant. They would have communicated pretty often. And when you don't hear from them for a lengthy period, something like that could well be, as is the case. And I want to say the same thing, but when in this case, a speedy recovery for Mr. Freeport. Because we have not been hearing him, but of course he is convalescent. He is recovering from a heart attack that he. Mr. Freeport.
He's still around. Well, I hope you're speedy recovery, Mr. Freeport. But everybody must know this short Indian man with the white beard, boy. Every struggle that man out there with we wearing his some jersey. That is short man already. That him there in the blue day. Man gone already. Man gone. Oh boy, let me play some voice notes there. Whoa.
Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Morning to the Crown Report, Mikey K, Lennox Smith, and the Mighty Pitbull. This way of this government behavior is so ungrateful. They live, they eat, they care about none of us. We dying in the street every day. No food. Some people, I know of many people, can't even afford a proper meal, and this government continue with the wicked ways. What I would like to see is that all the people of Trinidad and Tobago, it could be red, white, black, all they come together and we hit the street. I just waiting for this call. The reason why I'm calling this program is that life is lost in every day. So if we go out on the street and some of us die, so be it, because you're dying in your home. So people, whenever I hear that clarion call to hit the EBC, because this government controls every single thing. Look at the Jaconia laws that man they call Stuart Young and implementing every day. It's only tax. We have a lot of industry, the cocoa industry, sugarcane, petrotrend. What else all I want? We have no job, no money. When you go to people and you ask for help, they turn you down the ball, they can't help. So I don't know what else all they want we to do. And I'm telling Trinidad and Tobago this. You see, when coming to property tax, and this government coming to my home to play the season, they have to do one thing, kill me first, and then enter my home. Because I defend my house with everything I have, all the power I have. I don't care how all they look at it. Anytime all they come into my home to seize it from me, kill me first. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, Trinidad and Tobago. Don't let nothing keep all the back from hitting the street. This government is too might. They're eating down everything. I hope all would understand that. Tobago, as I said again, you do it. It's time for us to do it. And we want your support too. Trust in the mighty God, the mighty hero, and he will take care of all the demons that surround that PNM government. Thank you.
Yeah, I also heard that ancient Ishmael is supporting Kamala and the UNC. Oh boy, let's see how that go.
Well, you will have a plethora, frankly, of metamorphosis of changing the chameleon. You know, they're changing like a 24 hours. They're changing. So I am not surprised. We had anticipated that. But because they now realize for sure that the pendulum is swinging in favor of the UNC. So what you're going to have, not only these elements that are external to the direct political operatives that manage the affairs of the country, but even persons within, and thus, of course, the implosion of the PNM itself, as people, of course, juxtapose, because after all, they realize that there is life after Rowley, and after the PNM. And they have to live here, particularly the younger ones who still have careers to pursue and who still have to eat and drink for many years thereafter. Otherwise, of course, Rowley may be on his, let's say, on his latter stage of being on Earth, and therefore they want to make certain that they position themselves at least to minimize the animosity and the recriminations that will be coming their way, having of course done what they have done for 10 years under the Rowley administration, wicked to the people, evil to the people, and mismanage the affairs, and of course engage in self-serving corruption of the degree that is unprecedented in this country.
All right, let me play some voice notes here again.
Go ahead, my friend.
Most recently, and PNM rule in general, and we can't get it. And these are the serious problems we have in this country. And this shows us that it does not matter what face they paint as the political leader of the People's National Movement. It doesn't matter who sits at that helm. It does not matter so long as it is the Balizé. We are going in government, we are going to get more of the same. We are going to get increase in crime. That tends to happen when they're in office. We are going to get high import bills because that benefits whomever they wish to benefit. We are going to get reduction in foreign exchange. We're already talking about devaluing the dollar. May we put God out of our thoughts and vote them in again for another 5 years, bringing them up to 15. Definitely going to devalue the dollar. The conversation has already begun. We are going to have increased taxes. And this is what we have grown accustomed to, or rather, we ought to see it. We ought to be able to read it. This is what they are known for. They are a government of taxation. They are a government of oppression. They are a government of victimization. And for that reason, if no other, we need to put a stop to it. And if election is called in the morning, we need to go out in our numbers and vote them out. We cannot tolerate 41-0. We cannot tolerate anything other than a whitewash. We cannot tolerate anything other than the complete removal and annihilation of this failed administration that consistently blames the last administration, which last saw government 9 years ago. We cannot accept that. That is failure at the highest order. Every time there's something in their manifesto or a promise that they make that they cannot fulfill, they blame somebody else. They blame Kamala. I disagree with that modus operandi. I disagree with that mantra. And I say that together with all of their failures, all of their charges, all of their allegations, out the door for them. What was the phrase you used earlier? You want to run them out?
Yes,
run them.
How much money you will every single day, every single week? How much money you need to survive? While poor people suffering, children cannot get medical care, they cannot get food, and we feel comfortable. Right? But like I tell you, at the end of the day, people need to come together. Whoever leads the UNC is whoever we need to support. If Kamala continues to lead the UNC, then we have no choice. Everybody needs to come together under one umbrella. I don't know what Michaela trying to do, but it's not working. I tell you as it is. Unfortunately, Michaela, you don't have the political stock to pull the people for them to vote for you. Unfortunately, that is the reality of it. Richard, you have 3 minutes.
At the end of the day, the point that whoever leads the United National Congress, which has been Kamala Persaud for quite some time, and she has been elected, and she's not due for re-election for some many years to come. She has been the political leader. She has been prime minister. She has won the political leader of her party not once, not twice, but thrice, while the PNM in comparison are hiding from their election. She has led the United National Congress into government in 2010, and if and all signs point to this, she will continue to be the leader going into 2025 general election, then I fully endorse support to the United National Congress in their drive to depose the PNM of office, and I endorse all of the good work that the UNC did, that government did in 2010, and I cannot wait to see what will be done in 2025 or whenever the next election is called. Right, but I can tell you, at the end of the day, people need to come together. Whoever leads the UNC is whoever we need to support. If Kamala continues to lead the UNC, then we have no choice. Everybody needs to come together under one umbrella. I don't know what Michaela trying to do, but it's not working. I tell you as it is. Unfortunately, Michaela, you don't have the political stock to pull the people for them to vote for you. Unfortunately, that is the reality of it.
Andy, good morning to you, Mikey, and Lennox. Bless morning to you, my brothers. Andy, this Big Ram here, bro. I just want you to know, yellow is the code. So is the code for my country, my adopted country, America. Blue is the code, and it's that. Have a blessed day, my brother. Take care and be safe.
I hope Big Ram will paying this central woman who come and chase that, you know. All they go around is that, or she pay it, you know. And is that anybody use, and is that all they call central and all they get she something for that, you know. All right, let me continue here.
Since you guys talking about Tobago, I remember when Fali first came into government, I spoke to one of the members in his office, and I suggested to them this business with seaweed farming, and they told me that they were on it and they were going to start developing that. So my question, since you guys are talking about Tobago now, whatever happened to that business? I don't know if you guys know, with seaweed you could develop a whole bunch of products from that, reusable plastics, medicines, and a whole bunch of other items that could actually be sold on an international level. And one thing about Tobago is they got a lot of seaweed. So I did remember speaking to someone from Farley's government, and they told me that they were going to start doing that. So my question is, what is the progress on that so far? And seaweed farming is a low overhead business. All you have to do is just pretty much map out an area of the ocean that you could use, put some stakes in, and then the seaweed grows in it automatically. It's low overhead, and the money that you can bring in, it's a lot. I encourage you guys to look into that more, even in Trinidad.
Good morning, the Ground Report. I like the interview this morning, but I had one problem with it. You all should have bring that guy on when the guy will come on, man. Let the wider Caribbean and the whole here were going taking place here. I sure did. I like to hear that.
Good morning, Lennox, Mikey K, Andy, everybody out there. Good morning. There's Cabia, Waterfield. Good morning. Keep up the good work, Andy.
Andy, I just wanted to thank the councillor for patching the road, because I using that road because I'm working on that side since last year, and they never interfere with that road at all. Only this year before, Rowley and Foster had some kind of meeting, and they sent a truck advertising it. It was the day after that, then I started to see them patching up the road, but they didn't completely fix it. But then and it was no big thing, it was just in the area. But what the councillor was talking about is the entire road that they really patch, and I want to thank him again for that. Thank you very much, brother, because I'm mashing up my car going up there to work every day.
Andy, good morning to you, Mikey, Lennox, Newbie, Cuff, and to everybody out there. Andy, well, I wasn't here yesterday to listen to the program, but I had to check something for somebody, so I went back to listen to it. And I heard one of your voice notes, one Vernon, talking about Kamala cancel the OPVs. I hope Mr. Vernon is listening. You see, this is why people wouldn't like me, and I don't care, right? I don't fall for lies, half-truth, innuendo, and propaganda. I don't fall for it. I correct it. Vernon, the OPVs were never in the country. It wasn't parked up in the big drain in the Beatham. It was a whole year late, and there was an effect on the boat. They cancelled the boat. And the partnership government got $1.2 billion refunded. Right? That money Mrs. Prasad Bisesa bought is either 12 or 16 Damon vessels. Right? The PNM government collected the last one in 2016. Right? We had vessels to patrol the borders. What did PNM do with it? Don't lie now. Tell the truth. What did they do with it? They put it in the graveyard in Stobels. They refused to maintain the vessels. They refused to buy gasoline for the vessels. So don't come and say Kamala cancelled it. Or you just want to talk on one side all your mouth, right? Another thing.
I like that. Let me call Vernon because I want him to listen to that message. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let me call the Baba, you know. I warm up. Yeah.
You taunted the man, let him listen, of course.
Yeah, you have to listen to this Lennox Smith. Yeah. Remember, Vernon is a man. Vernon is a man at the end of the day. Fernandez meet a set of people that he could influence. Yeah? A set of people.
And there is public, irrefutable evidence on the subject. So therefore, is it that he has refused to read? Or is it that one can say that he's being dishonest or disingenuous? All of those factors could be played into...
Well, I'm glad that Santa Cruz deal with Vernon. Look, we get Vernon because we need Vernon to listen to what Santa Cruz say. She want to dispute Vernon because he's a man, remember, as a Baba, he's a very, very good one, though. He meeting a lot of people. He have a lot of influence. And if he says something wrong, we got to let him know he's wrong. Morning, Vernon. Right. Miss Santa Cruz answered your question yesterday with your voice note yesterday. She said it was wrong and she answered the question. So I go in and play she voice note now. So lock on and you will hear she answering one Vernon and the misconception. So play it on again here. I'll play it in about 2 minutes. So we're getting enough time to lock on. Right?
Okay.
In 2 minutes I'm going to play the voice note. I'm going to play the next one by the time. Let Vernon get himself together, man. When organize and let people know, vote for Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the PNM and the rowdies not the same. And you always telling people, the both parties is the same. No, it's not the same at all. Look, Inshan Ishmael Vernon. Inshan saying right now he's supporting Kamala too. Inshan say he's supporting Kamala too.
For them before. I vote for them before. When I for them, I tell you and Mikey K. Anytime I see two of the manifesto, the readout done, I turn against. And I mentioned that to all you. I say Manning supposed to be in jail for that church building. They start investigation on the church and they abandon it. Why they abandon it? Why didn't jail Manning? Manning supposed to be facing trial for that. Manning ain't supposed to be there. Manning supposed to be in jail.
Okay.
You understand me? If I seen people doing wrong, so my child was doing wrong, and I was back myself about my bloodline, I didn't breed that bloodline. I doesn't look out for no one from no party. I, as a man. I believe if I under a gunpoint and with my life at risk, I will not beg for my life. Because no bandit can go and boast and if you hear the Baba ball, he ball. I am not balling for my life. That's what I believe.
Boy, I balling for my life. You're a strong man. Well, all right, look.
Well, Andy, from
look, Lennox Smith talking there.
From what you said earlier and from what I'm hearing now, I don't see I got the impression that he was a sycophant, and of course, anything that that which he is attached to could do no wrong. But I have not seen it from the statements that he would have made just now. So my own apology for to him for, of course, getting that impression. Now that he has spoken, I am not of the view that he's a sycophant. Anything that he's attached to or believing could do no wrong. That is not the case from what he have just said on public radio and of course on social media. So thank you very much for that clarity, sir.
Nice. So 2 minutes time. Lock on your where my son Cruz said.
All right.
Yeah.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
Right, I will go back to Miss Santa Cruz voice notes after. Right, I'll go back. Let me just give he enough time to lock on. Right, let's continue. Oh, this one here, this fella. He might be saying home and this. He might be saying, oh, look, Miss Santa Cruz got on to Vernon. But like she didn't listen to Andy because I don't see he sent a message already. This man, I'm sure I can remember he.
Randall Mitchell, let me tell you something.
No, this one?
Don't talk about, you want to compare other countries to here?
Another one.
Andy, morning again, run boy. Run for your life boy, run! Miss Santa Cruz coming for you. She's coming with a bull boy to crack some in your back. Run! You talk about the UNC, boy. When I talk about the UNC, you're questioning me, you're asking me all kind of thing. I just didn't put it in your words that you like. But we are trees. And I put it in the tree language. Run for your backside. And the Pitbull Williams, Santa Cruz coming for you. Like, tell me about
Oh God. What's where? My Santa Cruz isn't coming for me at all. I say what I say. No, it's no different. All right, let me play.
You know, we must have some comic relief in all of that, and of course, he was being facetious, but we understand the undertone and what he means.
Which by all rights with Santa Cruz at the end of the day, just like over and come and he talk if it goes so long she facts, the woman just come out, the woman just fight for the UNC. Yeah, everybody know now. Why if you say UNC too hard, it's like the ears raised. It's like she just ready to bite. Yes, and she's right because when she do come to talk, she always brings the facts on what it is she's talking about. All right, so let me play he voice note this morning here now and come to them voice notes before I go back to Miss Santa Cruz.
Andy, President Monty and everybody else. Andy, nearly $100 billion has been spent in Wassa over the last 9 years, and government offices had to buy water from Blue Waters. Right here I'm telling you, Blue Waters, they have to buy it. I am hearing that the bill for Blue Waters, buying water from Blue Waters, bottled water from Blue Waters, the small one in the case and the big bottle for the dispenser, over the last how much years it come up to over $1 billion. I am hearing that. And this government has spent about $100 billion in Wassa. Why the taxpayers still have to buy water from Blue Waters? Tell me why. What kind of wickedness is this, boy? The PNM always take the taxpayers' money and the money from the treasury to employ people and build the vote bank and to fix the conditions of the hospital and roads, etc. in this country. They don't care about that.
They're building a food bank. That is what they're concerned about. They don't build country, they build a party. That is what they're building, a party. They have no love for no country. They only have love for their party and their policy house. Thank you, Andy.
PNM rule, under 9 years of PNM rule most recently, and overall PNM rule in general, and we can't get it. And these are the serious problems we have in this country. And this shows us that it does not matter what face they paint as the political leader of the People's National Movement. It doesn't matter who sits at that helm. It does not matter so long as it is the Balizé. We are going in government, we are going to get more of the same. We are going to get increase in crime. That tends to happen when they're in office. We are going to get high import bills because that benefits whomever they wish to benefit. We are going to get reduction in foreign exchange. We're already talking about devaluing the dollar. May we put God out of our thoughts and vote them in again for another 5 years, bringing them up to 15. Definitely going to devalue the dollar. The conversation has already begun. We are going to have increased taxes. And this is what we have grown accustomed to, or rather, we ought to see it. We ought to be able to read it. This is what they are known for. They are a government of taxation. They are a government.
Right, but I can tell you, at the end of the day, people need to come together. Whoever leads the UNC is whoever we need.
Get that already, caller. We get that already. We played that this morning, earlier on day with Inshan and them, that Inshan supporting Kamala Prasad Bisasa. Right. So let me go back to Miss Santa Cruz voice note. Oh boy, level on. Nice. Let's go back to Miss Santa Cruz voice note.
Andy, good morning to you, Mikey, Lennox, Newbie, Cuff, and to everybody out there. Andy, well, I wasn't here yesterday to listen to the program, but I had to check something for somebody, so I went back to listen to it. And I heard one of your voice notes, one Vernon, talking about Kamala cancel the OPVs. I hope Mr. Vernon is listening. You see, this is why people wouldn't like me, and I don't care, right? I don't fall for lies, half-truth, innuendo, and propaganda. I don't fall for it. I correct it. Vernon, the OPVs were never in the country. It wasn't parked up in the big drain in the Beatham. It was a whole year late, and there was an effect on the boat. They cancelled the boat. And the partnership government got $1.2 billion refunded. Right? That money Mrs. Prasad Bisasa bought is either 12 or 16 Damon vessels. Right? The PNM government collected the last one in 2016. Right? We had vessels to patrol the borders. What did PNM do with it? Don't lie now. Tell the truth. What did they do with it? They put it in the graveyard in Stobels. They refused to maintain the vessels. They refused to buy gasoline for the vessels. So don't come and say Kamala cancelled it. Or you just want to talk on one side all your mouth, right? Another thing, you said Kamala said nothing about the money that was being given to the unions and them. And as Mikey corrected you, Kamala said 10%, right? Kamala also said the raise in parliamentarians' salary, give it to the public servants. So I don't know if you were closing the fridge door. I don't know if you were standing in front of the fridge when she was talking. You see, that is all your problem, right? All you don't listen, but all you just want to talk. She said give the unions and them should have gotten 10%, and she said to take the salary increases for parliamentarians and give it to the public servants. Andy, good morning again to you and to everybody out here. Voice note number 2. Andy, well, I was pleasantly surprised to hear that Mr. Warner has put himself up. That and he said anywhere Mrs. Prasad Bisesa wants him to run, he will go, right? And I'm hearing now you all talking about Insha Ishmael. Well, he said it a long time ago that he supports Kamala, and he's asking everybody. You see how they all have to turn around now. And Lennox, you said something there this morning that I totally agree with, right? We are not going to sit down again and listen to no old talk, no lies, half-truth, innuendos, and propaganda from anybody. We're pushing back now because it's damn nonsense now. Now, Andy, I saw something amusing yesterday. You had me laughing. I thought that you were going to fall off your chair yesterday when the Bacchanal woman said what he said about me. Now, you see where David Rudder got the motivation from to write that song, Bacchanal Woman, from people like that. Andy, I am not coming after you once you're not lying, right? Let's make that very clear. Once you're not coming with lies, half-truth, innuendo, and propaganda, I have nothing to say to you. You want to pull them up, but while we're pulling up the UNC, we also have to pull up the PNM. But like PNM getting a free ride to do what they want. But let's move on. I am going to come here and correct lies, half-truth, innuendo, and propaganda because that is only a tagline. Right? We bring proper information. Okay? And this person living in, let's say Grandy, but he knows what goes on with the 19 MPs. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. I can't understand that. And then you hear next one, Ryan, lied on Ryan Rampersad. And the truth came out. Okay? Now, you cannot tell me, and then when you question them about, so why you not, why you this or why that, then we hearing one, Kamala could take a call from Ian Allen, but she can't take a 2-minute call from he. And right away there now, you're hearing, they will come now on the radio station with a pack of lies and casting aspersion on people. That is wrong. And if all they don't like when I correct it, too bad. Too bad. I am going to do it because we have enough to fight off with the PNM to have to fight off with the UNC. So that's what I'm here for. And as I say, who don't like it, move to the side. We have an election to win. We have an election to win. And Andy, let me tell you something. When I hear something about a councillor or anybody, I find out, I find out because there's always your side, my side, and the truth. Right? That is why people wouldn't like me. I don't fly off the handle. I find out what's going on, and then I come. Like when the lady lied about Javid, right? And then the truth came out. That because she couldn't get a wall, a retaining wall built in her place, that's what she did to Javed. That is what I stand for. And who don't like it, as I said, too bad.
Alright, this is the second time today I hear someone mention this problem here. You guys have a problem with finding parts, apparently. So another suggestion that you guys could use with the UNC is they could start like a state-owned 3D printing business. 3D printing, and then like you could get more advanced and do CNC machining. Like most of the parts out these days have like STL files where you can simply, like if you had a machine, you could simply print them out. So finding parts countrywide could be a problem that could be solved by that. And that would cost a lot of money, but it would need to be like a company-wide investment, someone with a lot of money. But that's something that could definitely transform the country also, 3D printing. I was trying to get into this with Philip Alexander, but he wasn't listening.
Andy Lennox, morning, Mikey K. Lennox, I don't know if you doesn't get my voice. No, Lennox, Mike. Andy, I don't know if you doesn't get my voice note on mornings, but I just send voice note early. I send a voice note about 6:48, and I ain't see a plate. But I'll tell you again. Did you see how Anna Roberts mash up thieving, stinking, dirty, lying Ansel Dennis from Tobago, the Tobago senator with the choose? He tried to come out and sell false lies, all kind of thing about standards in Tobago, and Anna Roberts destroy him. I send you the video there. Do I have to send it again? I want to play the video so people can understand that Sanders was not going to benefit the people of Tobago in no kind of way. The evidence out there. Arnold said, Skippy said, Dr. Field said, everybody said the evidence out there. It was not benefiting Tobago, the documents and everything out there. I sent you a video how we destroy. And
yeah, seen it. It's 8 minutes and 13, 8 minutes and something. I can't play that. It's 8 minutes and something. And I'm going to play a voice note from this morning day that you say I am play. I ain't get that becoming a row scrolling if I don't see the voice note. So like someone they go send a voice and then they go send a message. But when I scroll in, what I will see is the message. So if I listen a voice note, don't send nothing else attached to that voice note. So you see like how you send the voice note and then you send a video. When I show it, I just see in a video. I wouldn't see that I have a voice note. You understand? But if you send a voice note alone, the first message that I send to is just a voice note. When I'm strolling through, I will see the voice note. But so long as you send a voice note with a message, whatever is the last thing you send is what I'll be seeing. Right? And I can't just press everything to go in to say, hey, look, I want this person send a voice note, but hey, I want them. No. So I sure Lennox Smith understand what it is I'm saying there. Send a voice note alone. Don't have no attachment to it. So let me play the one that hide it because you sent a video right after. So I didn't know it had a voice note.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Lennox. Morning, Mikey K. You ain't see how Andy Roberts destroyed that wicked evil.
All right, well, I get that. You send back the same thing it had to be. So I get that. Let's continue to have other voice notes. And all the voice note in play is because or let's send some kind of attachment to it or something.
But just now, Cameron them go turn to Alan Ferguson because only old metal scrapyard and rusty old thing Jack Warner. I hope when he come to support Kamala on a podium, he could tell us the truth whether Kamala is a lesbian.
Next, it was going good, right? But when Jack was supporting the PNM, I used to hear you supporting him. Jack was a big boy. Yeah. Where go someone in Chan? In Chan to come on board too. You have somebody say what you do for this man? Oh, please.
Situational ethics, like the hypocritical men of the cloth.
Well, boy, if it is the sea, the pull you in.
That's a political scavenger version.
But what's my policy is the type? If let me say the UNC come and pull you in and make you work hard, he gonna go mad, no? Look at what they do. They put Lennox Smith. Why that man going and what bet? That man going and go mad. Why this Creole end up getting a position of power? Yeah. You go mad, Lennox.
Only because he would settle to be a parking technician and see in others that which is in him. No, if you have a low self-esteem, a low standard and quality, I don't want to aim higher than your punching ability, then too bad for you. Nobody didn't tell you not to make use of your educational opportunities that all of us were exposed to, whether it be under PNM or under UNC or under the NAR. Nobody told you that. So therefore, you know, they grow to hate their own kind, even though you are dwelling among them. And that is the problem with these guys. Before you come and you coalesce and you interact and you defend and you promote, but instead they will bring for something them and all don't even know, for a criminal enterprise and a leader that has such a poor relationship or poor track record of about women, and of course the use of women as well. Come on.
Exactly. Oh boy.
Morning, Ground Report. Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. And good morning, Mikey. And good morning to everybody who's on the chat. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And listen, last time I heard the Prime Minister, Mr. Early, speak, and he was talking about who live, and who dead. And he also speak about let the rich get richer, you know, and so something with the rich getting richer, something like that. So when I heard the statement, I was wondering, wait now, is Keith Rowley's telling the population that nothing wrong with the rich getting richer, right? But the citizenry must live in filth and squalor? Is that his idea of being a prime minister? I thought the prime minister was supposed to advance the country and ensure the security of the country, and that people would, you know, they would enjoy the fruits of their labors and things like that. What is wrong with this prime minister? Look, I go on, yes, God bless.
Andy, good morning again. Just another little correction to Vernon. It wasn't the partnership government that dropped the case against Patrick Manning. It was the DPP. He said, and I quote, that Manning was too sick to take to court. And that was a whole set of hogwash, because we saw Manning in Skinner Park. We saw him walking the highway. We saw him campaigning for Randall Mitchell. I got on another radio station and I said that if Hosni Mubarak could be taken to court on a stretcher, why couldn't Patrick Manning, if he was so sick, be taken to court on a stretcher? So it wasn't the partnership government that dropped the case. It was the DPP that dropped that case against Patrick Manning. I agree, Patrick Manning should have been in jail for what it is he did. Right? You take taxpayers' money to build a church in Gonapo for your spiritual advisor and lied about the designs? No. People who want to paint Patrick Manning in a good picture, he was just as sneaky and sleazy as Rowley. But he did it in a more ethical way, if you could say that. Thanks, Andy.
Andy, bandits dressed up in school uniforms yesterday went and put on a robbery. Right? I wonder if...
Let me hear that again. Bandits that dress up in school uniform? That really man tell me that. Let me hear.
They have moved from police uniform.
Andy,
so they have gone to school uniform now.
Oh Lord. Now we hear boy school uniform they're rubbing with now, boy.
Andy, bandits dressed up in school uniforms yesterday went and put on a robbery. Right? I wonder if Gatsby Dolly go call back all them school uniforms now that the bandits using uniforms for robbery. I wonder if she go call it back. But you see, that's the kind of stupidity that going on in this country. You know the fella who they kidnapped, right? Nobody in have a lead until he whereabouts right now, but they're calling back uniform from the police. Nothing for the fella, you know, going in 2 weeks. He missing. Boy, this country upside down, yeah, Andy. It's really upside down. Have a good day.
When political parties join, they usually merge their manifestos together. So when Philip joined with the UNC, like my question now is, what policies from his party did he bring over to the UNC? He had this policy that I loved a lot, his recall policy, where if the government is doing bad within like a certain period of time, you guys have a right to recall them. He was pushing that with his party. So now that he's with the UNC, how come we don't hear the UNC like adopting that or adopting any of Philip's policies into their party? My question again.
Lennox, tell me which part Mr. Paul speaking of this big technician work. I like to carry a trophy made of feces. He deserved that.
Where Salvatore was.
Mr. Nichols, tell us why Panda was released from prison. Because they said of his age and he was too sick. You have convenient memory. That tell you just like Bacchanal. You like a old cockot.
I'm sure she has the capacity to disabuse that piece of misinformation, because it was the appeal court that asked the progenitors to, of course, address the court on the question of undue political interference. That is what generated his release. Undue political interference. The role of the then Attorney General, and that in collusion with the then sitting magistrate Sherman McNichols and that of John Jeremy. That is what caused it. A concoction of the PNM, as we saw, of course, with the recent iteration of that kind of approach to try to sully people's character and personality by exploiting the law enforcement agencies, as we saw, of course, with the Vincent Nelson matter, a perfect case of undermining the criminal justice system, the perversion of the course of criminal justice, and they will have to pay for it. It's a clear case. Clear.
Hi, morning, guys. You know something? I was looking at the garbage truck this morning when it was passing, and I was looking at these guys who were just running, picking up the garbage bags, and the bags with garbage, I should say, and just flinging it on the drain. If anybody could sponsor 22 garbage bags for me to put all them PNM MPs in, all, so that the garbage collectors could pick up the 22 bags with the MP and fling them on the garbage truck and take them straight to the labas. Maybe if that could happen, then we will be able to have some peace and we could look to start cleaning up this country. You understand? And when we finish with the 22 of them, we could get more bags to put all them PNM in, fling them in the garbage truck, and repeat the performance straight to the labas. That is the way we will get the opportunity to save and rescue Trinidad and Tobago. Are fed up of all of them in the PNM who destroying this country day after day. Yesterday I watching at ENI, and I have come to the conclusion we Trinidad, we are just left to the mercy of the criminals. We have no police in this country to deal with crime. Yes, they will deal with the tint. They will deal if you break at the light, if you park on the wrong side of the road. Yes, we have police for that. But when it comes to the serious critical matters of people who dying and getting killed every day, guess what? Trinidad they have no police. All you who voting for PNM, continue destroying this country. Continue destroying the country. All the ones who know better, all you know what they have to do, right? And then we start by getting the garbage bag and filling in all of them and carry them to the labas. That is the only solution I see for these PNM. Blessings, guys.
Tall man, listen and learn. Ignorance is no excuse. Listen and learn. You hear what Lennox told you? But we were not talking about Pandy. The gentleman spoke about Manning should have been in jail. Patrick Manning. You hear? He's the one that should have been in jail. You want to deal with Pandy? You call and deal with Pandy. But we will educate you on this program. We will educate you.
Good morning, Andy, Lennox, Ground Report. I'm really glad that Munsami debunked all of the barbers, I think it's Vernon or whatever his name is, PNM propaganda. Why is it that these so-called independents always expect UNC to be perfect in order to vote for them? We're in a time where Trinidad is almost on the verge of reaching Haiti status. Multiple robberies every day. Is multiple murders and kidnappings every day. But these people like Vernon or whoever his name is, the barber, still expecting UNC to be this perfect party before he votes for them. I will say it over and over again. People like that who spewing that sort of narrative are PNM agents. You see, PNM uses all sorts of strategies, psychological warfare in order to win an election, you know. So they know they could use the race narrative for their base. They just had to spew race and the base will vote for them. But then it have the independent thinkers, it have the people who on the border, it might have the moderate PNM voter. The one who don't always vote hardcore PNM. Right? They will vote NAR, they will vote UNC, but they love their PNM, eh? But you know the PNM do them all bad? Right. They'll say, oh God, I've vexed for PNM, so I'll go vote otherwise. And these are the people that they will use Vernon, or whatever his name is, the barber. They will use the barber, fellas like the barber, to speak into the ears of these moderate PNMites and the independents that, you know what, both the PNM and the UNC is the same, so you know what, better you vote for your own. I said this already, what day it was. This is all about is a psychological warfare being used by the PNM right now, and they're using these agents to put in the minds of the PNM voters, or to put in the minds of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Since UNC and PNM are the same, vote for your own. Vote tribal, in other words. Vote tribal. Or if you don't vote, basically PNM wins by default, because at the end of the day, their base is going to, I don't believe all, I believe it's going to have a serious reduction this time. Right? But nevertheless, if people do not go out and vote for UNC, then even their smaller base will still put them back in office. And this is what these kind of fellas not thinking about. And I believe he knows that. I believe he knows that. I believe that. I believe he's a PNM agent. This man talking like a
Yeah, we finish the voice note. He say Vernon talking like a PNM agent. Let's finish it. Well, boy, Vernon, everybody answering back Vernon, boy.
Like a PNM agent, spewing PNM lies. Lie after lie, Munsami, I'm debunking. Lie after lie. He come again just out there with a next lie. Philip Alexander did not join the UNC. He said he is putting his support behind the UNC. He is contesting certain constituencies under PAP banner. He didn't join the UNC. And this man only studying about manifesto and studying about all sorts of different things that are not necessary at this point in time. The point, the mission right now is to get rid of the PNM. That's supposed to be the mission.
Nice. Morning, Mikey K. Pleasant good morning to you. Oh, boy. Yes.
Yeah. Good morning, pleasant good morning to you, my brother Andy Pitbull Williams. Morning to you, Lennox Smith, and our technical director. And of course, we are live on Gael TV. So our CARICOM brothers and sisters, good morning, as well as those on Real Media, TT, Facebook, and YouTube. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. I was just looking at the fact that Minister of Tourism and Culture and the Arts, Randall Mitchell, said that he has nothing to take back. He was willing to clarify that comment to ensure it's taken in the spirit
You see how
in
they
which it
listening?
was said.
You see how they listening? It's you put that in here,
Yeah, he said that he is. Well, he got quite a backlash on social media and from members of the public and the opposition yesterday. He said he reminded the public exactly what was said in Parliament on Tuesday. He said you have to talk to those people who travel outside of TNT, or you have to travel yourself to the Caribbean or Canada, the US, or the UK. Travel and go and see in those countries what the high cost of living really looks like and feels like. So he's sticking by it. If you think you have problems here, you have a lot to be appreciative for. What you need to appreciate, we don't know if it's dead babies in the NICU. You should be appreciative of the fact that you're unemployed, you're on the breadline, you're no longer part of the middle class, that has been kicked out, you have no money in your savings, you have no money to send your children to school. All of that you should be thankful for. And if by chance, in fact, you have no money and you cannot travel beyond these shores, well, if you get a chance to win a lottery, a ticket, whatever, and you get to go out there, you'll be very thankful that what you have here, which is nothing, is is worse than what's out there. So I can't even make sense of it. Again, 1,000 writers in Hollywood couldn't put this whole script together. And the man sticking by it. If you don't like it, go and listen. At this point in time, I can't blame Randall Mitchell. I mean, come on. If you govern in that manner of disrespect for the last almost 10 years, is everybody jumping in the fray? Junior, senior, middleman, everybody is the same level of disrespect. Go from here, I can make a nasty statement, whether my mic on or off. He wasn't sorry for the comment, he was sorry that it was caught on the mic. That's what he was sorry for. But one can even think what they talk about in the tea room and they huddle in the little corner, all the nasty and vile things that come out their mouth. So I can't blame Randall. This is it. Yeah, and would you not say nasty things if you know you can get away with it? And as well as the people will allow you to get away with it. So the man is, hey, if you don't like it, travel and go.
Well.
Anything to add, Lennox Smith? You go ahead.
Yeah, in addition to what I said yesterday, that he had nothing to say, and of course he said something, is that there is a saying, a very sage saying, that a person who is doing wrong, in this case saying wrong, and believes he is doing right, or saying right in this case, is extremely dangerous. And it is just to himself, and clearly dangerous to those who see him as some kind of a pillar, and would want, of course, to emulate. And the things that he would say, maybe the veracity of which cannot be questioned for some. Well, of course, that is where the danger is. So people, of course, we have disabused that. And all I've said, and I'll reiterate, that if he can influence the government to get the United States, Canada, etc., to provide visa and accommodating Trinidadians, and open up the gate, just open the gate, and see where they would prefer to go. Instead of hogwash and BS, frankly. So I think these fellas are cognitively and intellectually in decline, frankly.
Yeah, that's so true. Hey, Vernon boy, good morning. Yeah, Andy, go ahead.
Yes, he getting blessings. He getting blessings.
He make it in the mainstream, boy. Vernon make it just stay in the barber shop upset, for no reason whatsoever. Poor fella.
Yeah.
Misguided, emotional, locked in emotions. He won't come out and try to be pragmatic and realize what's going on. But you can't blame him to the toxins and them spraying.
No, but Miss Santa Cruz and Nathaniel and all of them, they correct him. That he wrong about the church and it wasn't the people partnership who let go Manning, it was the DPP. Right? So that was corrected. Santa Cruz also corrected him with the OPVs. He said they send back the OPVs, that by the border, so Santa Cruz correct him and let him know, well, they receive back $1 billion and something dollars, and they use that money to buy 7-day man vessels and all them things.
Right.
So if we're not
And
get correct,
as far as he had corrected me yesterday on the 4%.
Yeah.
Kamala Prasad Visesa made it quite clear 10%.
That's
10%.
That's
and
true.
also dealing with their cost of living as well. So it's a lot of perks. So it's more than 10%. Yeah, Vernon, you only hearing things conveniently, and that's the problem. People losing the essence of the truth in that transition. And that's what's going on. There's disturbance in that transition. So for whatever reason, you're only hearing certain things, bits and pieces, but you have to get down to it and read and listen and participate. You have to participate. How else you going to know?
Nice.
Who we have there? Do we have any calls?
Yes,
we have any
Let me take some voice notes.
Who we
Yeah,
have?
voice notes.
What again, Trinidad and Tobago? Lennox, this one is for you, boy. No, they don't pay for it. We, the people, have to pay for it. Always. We had to pay for their foolishness.
What was on my front burner for the past few weeks? Artificial intelligence. So this is the story, like, personally with me. I have a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old, two girls, and they're about to go into college, and like I'm trying to teach them that they have to pick like a career path that is going to include artificial intelligence, because what is the sense picking a job like a lawyer or something like that, and then come 2 years down the line, artificial intelligence comes and takes that job away. So I'm trying to get her into like really advanced and really like scientific wise stuff. So this is like stuff that is actually happening here today in the United States. So my question, since I'm talking about artificial intelligence, that is going to hit you guys, Trinidad and Tobago, like an atomic bomb. Like, you guys still use clerks to file papers away instead of having a website with a database that does that automatically. So when AI comes to Trinidad, what is going to happen with the crime situation when a whole bunch of people lose their jobs? So my vision, hopefully, since Kamala did mention something like that in Parliament, she just touched on it, but you really, as a country, everybody needs to be thinking about artificial intelligence and the damage it's going to do in the future. So any government coming into power, this should be on their main priority. And I don't know if you realize they have this BRICS conference that's going on right now in Russia. Venezuela actually is starting this new university where it's going to concentrate on sharing technology between the BRICS countries. This actually happened yesterday. So these countries, right next to you, are making plans for artificial intelligence in their governments. And another thing regarding this currency devaluation, the first thing the PNM should have done when they came into office was devalue the dollar. It should have been around 12 to 1 by my calculations. And even though it would have caused immediate pain in the country right then, it would have led to foreign investors coming into the country because they see that they can get more bang for their buck, their money in the country. That is some of the benefits of devaluation. You will hurt the people, but you also encourage foreign investment. So them devaluing the dollar now is actually kind of stupid, if you ask me. There's other ways to make money, and I've given you a whole bunch of plans.
Your plans and the manifesto police is good, no partner. First, again, we have to win the elections. Besides that, you're talking artificial intelligence when we all know recently it had some glitch with TSTT where who files get pulled up on this and that. Remember the talking to cashless society, and look, you actually admit that we still files things in books and all them things, so that will hit Trinidad and Tobago no time soon. Because look how much things it have out there that is modern, that are not being used in Trinidad and Tobago at this point in time. It is what it is, right? But when a new government come in, they will have to organize and shoops put it together. That still can't happen, bam, one time neither. So it's not that you're not making good thing, but what we try to always show is it just cannot happen now. It can't.
Well, no, with all due respect, I mean, really and truly, there has to be some, amount of conversation that really and truly we need to commit, a length of time with what we expect. I agree with him on that. It is time that we start having these conversations. Look, man, what can we expect for those who are socially vulnerable? What can we expect for the mothers of cerebral palsy, children? All of these things, we need to have conversation. But I think you hit the point there as well, Andy. In order for us to even start to get there, to make it a reality with all of these great ideas, and it's good that he comes and he tells us what's happening, of course, globally, because we must prepare the next generation to definitely be able to compete on the global market. As all of that is there, we still first must be demanding free and fair elections in this country. And that should be one of our main concerns. Again, $10 million was allocated in the budget for the EBC. And up to now, we don't know what. All we were told is that there's going to be some new system and it's going to be an election management system. Under this administration, all of these systems have failed. All, even independent officers, have been politically compromised. What kind of faith or confidence can we put in any system by this government when in fact we know that we want to live better, and we know that what's keeping us from living better is the fact that these people are still in office? They are not going to just shift to the side and allow us to come in. They are getting away with these things because we are allowing them to. We need to come out in as much as possible now. If you're saying enchant this one, it's all good and well. It's good to call names and this one to say they're endorsing. But this country right here, if we intend to save it, we need to make a shift away from the egos, make a shift away from the ambition a bit, just for a bit, and make sure the focus is the EBC. Nothing will become a reality if the EBC gets its way. We want accountability and transparency. And we want it most of all at the EBC. That's it.
Nice. Oh boy, let me play some voice notes by the time. Boy.
Andy, how are you going to get into office if you don't have a vision for the country? Everything I'm laying out for you is stuff the government should be telling the people for their vision of the country in order for them to vote for them. Get it?
Understood. Oh God, boy, manifesto police. You're like Santa Cruz, boy. You're very determined. I like that. You're standing up strong. Let me continue.
Mr. Randall Mitchell, for the stupidness that you talk in Parliament regarding people should go outside there and take a tour in another country. Take a big fat for that. Stoops for you.
Andy, Lennox, Mikey came morning. My friend this morning is about carnage. What sent me with carnage is like you're going through the brokers. And the insult is that in Bayshore, a few cars, right, come out of that part of Westmoreland on a daily basis. They are paving the entire Westmoreland, and in Carnage, Shagamas, is only patch. This is an insult to the commuters on a daily basis coming out of Shagamas Carnage. Where their priority is, you can see where their priority is. And people are offended at how this administration blatantly don't care about the citizens. And this is a perfect example. Drive down and take a look into Westmoreland. It have roads where you cannot enter. It's private. Only resident living in there can enter, but they pave here. Private road, taxpayers' money. Look down and listening.
I want to ask you a question this morning. If the DPP throw away the case against Manning for that church in Guanapo, let me tell you what happened to that. The diplomatic center, it take $30 million from that money and build that church in Guanapo in Arimade by the Labas side. Right? That way he put the spiritual leader by the Labas. That way they fit for. And how PNM like to use those demons and call them spiritual leader. Eh? What are those trying to make people feel? That them so pious? When they shooting it back to some demons from the bottomless pit of hell? I'm coming back to my point. If the DPP threw away the case and it was a matter to be investigated, why did Kamala didn't do something more about it? So this DPP has so much powers, he could do what he want. Eh? And Kamala and them, they sit down there like sitting ducks. But I sometimes I just wonder, she something was in she head, in she brains, or she was quick to go and drink something. Boy, they will make me sick in the boy. $30 million.
Oh boy, let's continue those voice notes there. It's almost.
Well, Annie, it is clear that that caller doesn't understand the role of the DPP. The DPP is responsible for all, independently, constitutionally, for all criminal matters in this country. That is the law. So there's nothing Kamala or anybody could have done, whether even in a previous administration or current administration. Let's get it clear there.
Nice. The caller heard that right? Let's go.
Good morning, ground report. Yes, there may be higher cost of living abroad, but what you need to check is the minimum wage and the high level of service delivered.
So true, caller. Next voice note.
Good morning, gentlemen. This is Marval here. For too long have we been hearing in the parliament, people are using parliamentary privilege to launch personal attacks on one another, right? I mean, look at what happened recently with Stuart Young. He get catch on a hot mic. He didn't apologize for what he say, no. He get apologize for getting catch on the mic, saying what he say about the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar and another female MP, who I believe it may have been Julie John, I'm not too sure, right? About what they're going to do when they go to the washroom and so on and so forth, right? Why does this have to be tolerated under the guise of parliamentary privilege? You know that in St. Vincent there is a law, I believe, in the St. Vincent with respect to the St. Vincent parliamentary systems, right, where you cannot use parliamentary privilege to launch personal attacks on MPs and so on and so forth. In fact, I remember Ralph Gonzalez had actually brought up something in a parliamentary debate that was not pivotal to the actual, that was not related to the topic that was being debated, right? And he was actually struck down by the Speaker of the House, right? And said that, and he was actually suspended, I believe, for that, right? We have to institute something like that in our parliament, where when you're in the parliamentary chamber, you can only speak about the item that is being debated, and whatever you're talking about, once you're on your legs or once you're in the chamber, you cannot use the chamber to launch personal attacks. And any personal attacks being launched in the parliament against parliamentarians or other persons should be liable to court prosecution. Right? They should be able to be prosecuted in a court of law, right? So that would prevent people like Smallpin and them from talking about people bathroom activities and whatever it is and making them kind of nasty stink allegations. And with respect to Port of Spain, right? I have to remind Port of Spain that there's PNM that legalized sodomy, and I call it sodomy. They say buggery, but PNM legalized that. PNM, under the PNM, we have pride parades all over the country now. Under the PNM, right, they legalized marijuana for little children to be able to buy weed and smoke in school, right, in small amounts, right. There are little children selling bamboo elements and all kind of thing all over Port of Spain for people to buy and wrap weed, right. If you walk down Charlotte Street, you're going to see it. That happened under the PNM, not under the UNC. What did the UNC do? What did the partnership do for education and for children in this country? What did they do? Right? They provided laptops. They provided school grants. Right? They built schools. They put certain measures in place for educational advancement in this country, from primary school, from early childhood education, right up to university level. What did the PNM do? They shut down gate and they removed the laptops and they take away the book grant, and now I hear they want to take away the box lunch. Right? So poor children will have nothing to eat when they go to school, right? The next thing I'm hearing now, right? And also under the PNM wanted to introduce something called the Child Friendly Schools Initiative, right? Which was supposed to introduce gender identity education in schools, where a boy could be a girl and a girl could be a boy, right? That is what they wanted to teach. And if it wasn't for fellas like Omar Abdullah and the first wave movement, right? That would have been in our children's school bags from this term, right? Why Port of Spain and talk about that? All right. Have a wonderful day. Blessings, gentlemen.
If I can, Andy, on the question of the parliamentary privilege, what he spoke of is enshrined and is part of the standing orders of the House. The extent to which the presiding officers, whether it be the Speaker or the President, enforces it is another story. Of course, I agree that beyond that you cannot take them to court, but there is something that substitutes that, which is of course being taken before the Privileges Committee, which comprises of course of members on both sides, and then of course they determine a sanction. We saw that happening to Rowley in the latter days of the leading up to the 2015 general elections, where he was suspended, having been taken to the Privileges Committee. He had to stay out of Parliament for a lengthy period.
Morning, caller. We have a caller. Morning, caller.
Yeah, morning.
So that's it for voice notes for now. Go ahead, callers. So all the callers, you can call 225-6644, 225-6644, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Or give us a WhatsApp call too at 366-3053, 366-3053. Make it send your voice notes by the time. Welcome to the Ground Report, caller. What's your contribution this morning?
Yeah, morning to you all, gentlemen. I am calling from Tobago. Let me say something. I have family, I have friends living in Canada and America, holding high posts, and they said no way they want to come back to Trinidad and Tobago. So I don't know what it is that these people, that morning I was somewhere around in the yard and I heard on the news, I wasn't hearing so properly. So I get a little closer to the radio and I heard this man talking about people want to see separation in other countries and this and this and that and all this kind of thing. Right? What is this man for real? You telling people that you're not legally off here? So I asked my madam, I said, who is this? Who is that man who, because I wasn't acquainted with him, he said one of the PNM men from the one of the PNM ministers. I said, my God, we really wish you were going. Because if you could be a minister talking all this foolishness, my God, where will you look at how this man, listen, what they call him there, this Tobago man there, and since then it's little night, I heard him at the end of the talking about Rowie and all this kind of thing. At the end of his speech or whatever it is, he's saying his leader is not a drunkard. How that come? How that? Boy, these people are sick to the core. They are sick people, and like all them going mad. You all have what they do.
Thank you, Tobago. Next caller. Morning caller, where you calling from? And what's your contribution on the number one program, The Ground Report, this morning?
Morning, I'm calling from St. Augustine. And my question is, are there any avenues whereas anybody had the powers to question the DPP on his decision what he will make sometime? Thank you, sir.
Lennox Smith.
Now, it seems as though once he makes that decision, that's it. Nobody has questioned by way of judicial review such decision. He is so totally responsible for all criminal matters. In fact, even if you bring it as a private one, which I had the experience of, and of course the DPP said and said to withdraw that matter, the magistrate was of course amazed and appalled, but he said he has no choice. He's totally responsible for under our constitution.
That's
all
right.
criminal matters, yeah.
Like real power boy. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just as the president when can be locked up and can at least it's still have things in place to discipline a president, not so? Or no?
Well, the thing about it,
Kamala tested it recently. Remember when Rowley took back those went and influenced the shortlist for Commissioner of Police. Well, but there is provision where she can initiate an impeachment process, which of course was started but was aborted as soon as it reached the level of the Parliament.
Right, so he's a head of state. So the president is the head of state, and the DPP have that important role, and it have nothing there to be able to, let me say, pull up on, let me say, a rogue DPP or a DPP who all evidence shows somebody because they had that power. They say, hey, I don't want that case, drop that case, or hey, I'm taking that case. So it have no clauses there to at least have him hold responsible or accountable. Just asking.
No, if he goes mad, if he resign, if there is a public disquiet and hung him out outside of that, he is difficult to remove as.
So you could imagine, Andy, if one was to puppet such an office, have full control to pull the strings, as the case may be, how valuable that would be. So yeah. So you picture that now, all of that power combined in the wrong hands and definitely in the wrong mind, and add that to 5 years, another 5 years of your life. And that's what you're going to get. Yeah. It's not scary now because maybe many people haven't entertained this thought or phantom of what happened, but that is definitely what's going to happen. And I think as we draw closer, that is starting to hit people. Now, it's all good and well to have the conversation for the manifesto. It's all good and well that we have conversations about the future and what we expect from the incoming administration. But we cannot lose focus of the fact that in order to make all of this a reality, and the main objective is to live better, we have to keep our eyes on the EBC. We have to be the observers if they don't want to bring in observers. And we must demand the transparency. And we go down there, you don't wait for nobody to tell you or to get approval or somebody to sign your form. This is about you, regardless of what party you're involved in. This is about you. You can't wait for somebody to tell you, come down and let's get together and save this country. Now listen, we hate the economy. We hate the healthcare system. We hate the education system. We hate the poor infrastructure. We hate the fact that, crime. We hate all of these things. Now we have all of that hate to put towards these things. But we don't have enough love to unite. I mean, come on, man. Let me make sense.
Caller, good morning to you, caller. What's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox, and good morning, Mikey. I'm Trinidad and Tobago. Breaking news. A businessman launches firearm in one of the police stations. When he comes back to get it, it disappears. It can never be found. What I think the police and them should do is to lock down the whole station because the firearm still around. Lock down the station. wrong. So who is the bandits now? Which is the police and them is the bandits.
Well, boy. Well, the businessman, well, we hope he get back if I am. He's missing a station, boy. And then they say you had to launch your firearm, like if you had to go away and all these various things, you're supposed to leave it at a station. And now leaving your farm at a station, well, now it's alleged there by one of the callers that breaking news, a firearm disappeared from a station. And the man is suing. But I wonder the rest of the crowd around the world is be watching that we boy.
Well, they don't know. They really don't know. And just to let people know, apparently there was some protests on Ryson Road by TN there on Ryson Road. So we're gonna perhaps get more about that.
That would be causing traffic, and then
what that would have been about.
They said there's no traffic, but a lot of people protest, big protests by that TN there on Ryson Road.
All right, we'll find out because TN has been removed from there all entirely. But by way of clarity and to make sure that we are clear on the subject, the president generally is immune from any kind of prosecution. So the DPP can't touch her, he or she, once they're in office with the longest road that they may have. Just to make sure that we understand that. But there's a mechanism, of course, to remove the president, as was tested by Kamala Persad on that issue relating to the short list that Dr. Rowley admitted eventually that he made an intervention as far as the Police Service Commission is concerned and initiated the entire resignation of the entire commission.
Wow. Caller, a pleasant good morning to you. Caller, where you're calling from and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning? Welcome.
Blessed morning, Annie, Lennox and Mikey. Annie, I want you to go when you leave from there or send somebody to the grocery store to get candles, petrol, and see if you get a generator. As we speak, TNTech workers has put down tools by all major stations. Ryson Road, San Fernando, Arima, and somewhere else, as we speak, protesting. So if we're seeing lights going and nobody coming to this rescue, well, so it be we might go the world cashless, we might go lightless just now and currentless. Because see this government trying to bully the whole country and taking over the work of the CPO, offering people money, and that is very illegal. The government can't offer nobody nothing. So just wanted to bring it to your attention, just in case. Thank you.
Wow, fellas, all heard that. So it's confirmed. It's confirmed protest. Mikey, you were just saying this confirmed even more with various areas. We just saying it's Ryson Road. Wow.
Unfortunately, is about time as far as, in my view, as far as the workers are concerned. But this government has been engaged, of course, in the decertification or union busting. I know that the TNT workers will be represented by OWTU. They have had, of course, a tremendously difficult time with this administration, and maybe this is one way of fighting back. And the audacity of the minister to then, of course, offer a 5% off the cuff, breaching, of course, fundamental principles of the collective bargaining process, I think is obnoxious, and they by now must understand the population has reached the zenith of its tolerance, and maybe the OWTU has now decided to make a move that will affect, of course, the general public, but at the same time is part and parcel of their fight back against marauding, draconian-oriented government.
So true.
Yes,
so
yes.
true, Lennox. So true.
Go ahead, caller. A pleasant good morning to you, caller. Welcome to the Ground Report.
A pleasant good morning, Andy. I'm down here. Mr. Lennox, Mikey K, Director Nubi, Workers Platform, and by extension our Gael family and all on the live stream. I listened to the minister on Tuesday on the topic of traveling abroad to see how good we have it here. People here still living on 2013 salaries. Foreign exchange is a challenge to get at the banks. That minister is issued his quota whenever he has to travel with no problems. My question to him is, what is his achievement in his portfolio for the past 9 years? And I'm going to leave that there. On the topic of living abroad, when people living abroad, their tax-paying dollars works for them. Good roads, water 24/7, electricity 24/7, breakfast and hot lunches for their children in schools. After-school programs for working parents who work after school hours, who's working after school hours. At the end of the year, free parking for all for the month of December as a gift back to the tax-paying persons. And I can go on and on. Nothing works here. No water for weeks. High food prices. No CDAP medicine for the senior citizens. I have traveled abroad many times, and we are comparing apples to oranges. Let me be clear, nothing works here. Did anyone have a chance to listen to the debate response by our Senator Julian John, David Nat Roberts? I was so proud of them. UNCN proud. We want to live better. Thank you, gentlemen, and have a blessed day.
Thank you very much, Miss Anne
Thank you.
Brown. Next caller. Caller, a pleasant good morning to you. Welcome to the Growing Report. What's your contribution this morning?
Wonderful and always pleasant.
Morning from the backboard.
Good morning.
Gentlemen, you see protests in this country, I don't have no sympathy for them. Yeah, I'm talking about workers' protests. Because, and this is why I have been saying this over and over, all we do is a wait on things to come knocking on our door, then we're looking for people to come out to support us. When Petrotrin was going through the situation, TNTech didn't come out and support them. When Wasa was going through the situation, TNTech wasn't coming out and supporting them. So they don't realize that the people who are responsible for increasing their wages is the government. So if you've seen one sector of the population being treated like dogs, and you feel, oh, I hired Mikey in my yellow van with my pocket going and seeing about electricity thing, let them protest and let them get a 4% and you laugh at them and think, no, it's knocking on your door, you're holding protest. This is the only time I agree with Rowley to get police and lock up all of them, because they're inconveniencing the people in the country from going about the thing. We supposed to never ever reach a situation like this in this country. The whole country could have mobilized. And as I always say, that big mouth one from the Bamboo, and the one from Carson Field, and Abdullah, and Roger, and all of them could have mobilized with the demon, and protest, and drag a effigy of Kamla Prasad Bisesa through the Port of Spain to remove a government that was giving them 13% increase in their salary and retroactive for how many years they never got a raise increase, or everybody in the country over how much negotiation she settled, nurses, police officers, TNTech workers, everybody, nothing less than 13% they was getting. And they wanted them mobilized together to remove that lady. And now, when they're getting 4%, they're getting, just imagine, you go on to negotiate for increasing your cost of living, and you get 0.1. That is how dotish this, where we are today. And every single thing that is happening to workers in this country today, they deserve it. And they should get 10 times worse than that. Because what we grandmother and we mother and them used to always say, don't ever bite the hand that's feeding you. They bite out the hand, they bite out the wrist, they bite out the shoulder, everything that was feeding them to get Mr. Beautiful, Mr. Licky Lips and Pretty Face Rowley. Today's his birthday. I wonder how much of them celebrating with the $55 million that he gets for private expenses. How much of them could celebrate a birthday like how he celebrated in Togo, where he is some part of the world? How much of them could eat a cake? Right now, who them support, PNM supporters, them will be going by Kiss with the little 2 cupcake to buy one to celebrate their birthday, and I'll share that in about 15 pieces. That is where he leave them here. And now all the protesting and thing, all they wake up, all they do dotish in this country. All that waiting for when everything reaches zero, now to ask for something, take it on the tail. I am a candle, I never ever get rid of a picture light. I have that too, and I go survive. All that take it on the tail, good for you. All I didn't like that, amen. Have a good morning, gentlemen, later.
I hope you have a cold pot too.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Wow. Oh boy, all of the lines are open. Anything that you would like to interject, Lennox Smith, brother, via the news or current affairs, you or Mikey, before we take some more calls? What updates you think we have there that we need?
I think Mikey touched it yesterday, so I'm not going to go there with respect to Stuart Young and all the glorious benefits we could look at for into, of course, 2027. But Belmont man shot dead while driving. So we continue, of course, to have this.
Which part that happened? A Belmont man shot dead while driving in Belmont self?
Yeah, that happened on Desperately Crescent. So that is you could consider to be the heart of Laventil on the hill. You know, there's a Laventil on the flat or on the main road, they call it, and Laventil on the hill. So this is Desperately Crescent here. And of course, inquiries are still going on, but it is fresh. Of course, the whole question of that schoolboy bandit scenario, $80,000 was stolen or was taken in that heist. Of course, one wonders if this is the first known of a new trend. So they have discarded, of course, police uniform, and now they are looking at children's school uniform to commit their act. So they are evolving. Whether the police can keep up with that is another story.
Just so they were put on carnival costume and all kind of thing, boy. Just so they dress up in Hulk. Just so they go. Go ahead, Mikey.
Some good news, though. Some good news.
Where's the good news?
TNT nabs solo Creed tug in Angola. Oh boy, look at that. The Trinidad and Tobago has arrested the solo Creed tug in African country Angola 8 months after the vessel is believed to have abandoned the Gulf Stream barge and caused the oil spill disaster off Cove, Tobago. Finance Minister Com Imbert made the announcement yesterday as he wound up the appropriation financial year 2025 bill in the Senate. As he neared the end of his contribution, he told the upper house he had been passed a note that was a public announcement from the Office of the Attorney General, and he said that asked to be announced that on October 18th, through the Office of the AG, Trinidad and Tobago arrested the tug, the Solo Creed in Angola, which was the abandoned barge off Tobago that caused so much damage in Tobago.
I understand.
Then declared.
What do you mean the arrest the tug?
No, listen. He then declared. He said that is performance, PNM style. We tracked down that barge and we arrested it. Look at that. That is performance, PNM style.
The barge.
That's what he said.
No, but the barge in Trinidad, or is it Angola? The guy out there?
No.
Or the paperwork? The tug.
The barge is in Trinidad.
The barge was here, but the tug that pulled it and abandoned and it gone. They found it in Angola. And Imbert says that is performance, PNM style. We tracked down that barge and we arrested it.
Yeah. Just like
he didn't want to say how many people was in this arrest, as he put it.
No, just the badge. No, just the badge.
Just the badge.
Yeah, nobody get arrested.
So they handcuffed the badge and they leave the badge right there in the water and say, yes, we have you. And this is PNM. This is performance, PNM style. That's right. Forget the man that jumping through Tanti window, the man who out there sexually assaulting women, the man who out there shooting at people. That is not catching them. It's not PNM performance style. PNM performance is letting them roam and have all the criminal elements having us under siege. But you see that badge? That badge that didn't shoot nobody. That badge that didn't rape nobody. That badge that didn't go out there and take nobody's life. They get it. They get the badge.
Just like how they get the minister bracelet back, and just like how they get back the same column in both son phone in record time.
Right.
But to find the murderers, the killers, the rapers, the distressors, that ain't their style.
They got it.
Just lock up a badge.
Yeah, Lennox.
In that statement is what they did not say. How is it coming out from the office of the Attorney General and not from the Commissioner of Police?
There you go.
Because you would have had to have Interpol's intervention as well if you are to arrest that in another jurisdiction. We have no information about how it was done and whether or not it will be brought back here to Trinidad and at what cost, and whether or not they have found the owners themselves. If they find the physical boat, whether they find the owners, and whether or not they will stand liability. This is a public relations stunt.
Now that badge on the records. That badge on the records. All they know, they got the vessel.
They found the vessel. That's the most important thing.
And arrested.
How the captain of the badge? They didn't find that.
In the statement, that's how putting arrested in the statement is to sweeten that brew, to make it look as though somehow they have jurisdiction over the whole Atlantic Sea, where the Atlantic Ocean, where they had to, of course, travel in order to get that at the bottom of Africa, where Angola is located on the eastern side of Africa. I mean,
let me take a caller. We have a caller there. Caller, pleasant good morning to you. Welcome to the number one program on television, The Ground Report. What's your contribution this morning?
I'm sorry to come back here. So Lennox and Andy and Mikey, you want to try to tell me they're finding the tugboat, right?
Yes.
But another businessman get kidnapped about a week or 2 weeks ago in central area, and they can't find him in small Trinidad. That we can't tell me. And it's the government coming to boast. But I'm not shocked, I'm not shocked the boasting about that yesterday in Parliament. Paula Gopi School saying to the Parliament and the public yesterday, all you're talking about property tax, but all about gonna bring property tax and tax the businessmen and the business sector first. And that is what she boasting about. So they are taxing the residential properties, and they find that better than taxing the businessmen. This is what this government, how sad this government is. This is how sad this government is towards the poor people. But I realized something. You don't have to be good in PNM to be rewarded. Because a man who cussed down the Parliament, so we have to call him Mr. Prime Minister. We have to call him Mr. Prime Minister this morning. And going further to add insult to injury, where they're hiding, we need to boycott the media. And I will start up a campaign about this. Because the media has failed us. The media is supposed to be the referee between the people and the government. But the media, like there's the linesman. Because Andy and Lennox and Mikey, when UNC was perceived to not be throwing the internal election, every day on the front page headline news is UNC going not throwing the local election, but we ain't nothing about PNM postponing the internal election. Sorry. Not local, sorry, internal. Every day UNC front page, Kamala want to throw internal elections. But now, the founding father, Freddie Ferreira, is stepping out and saying, first time in history, a political leader appointing somebody, he said, but if it was so, and not Manning, Rowley would have never been the political leader of PNM. And Freddie Ferreira is the founding father of the PNM. But you know we ain't more than. You know we ain't on Barry Garcia coming out and saying Rowley trying to use an anointing oil. I don't want to power to that. You know we ain't any media. The Kabbalah choose election when and they don't have to say again. But as a business, we can mind it. When it comes to PNM, but it's still a PNM business. I just want to bring that to your attention because I realize the media has failed us. And we need to boycott the media, especially mainstream media. It's only morning I made up somebody.
Thank you very much. Morning caller. Morning caller, where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning. Calling from Decomate. Morning, Andy, Smithy, Mikey K, all you listeners on Gael and YouTube. No, the fact they arrested our boat, who give the note the short man? A fella by the name of Limo. Was that note an affidavit? Was it a truthful note? Because you can't trust Limo with anything. Anything Limo come to give you, you ought to put a whole bag of salt on it. Now the other thing, they arrest the boat, how they bring back the boat? They're sending the person who kidnapped Thomas to bring it back? That DCP? Or they're doing just like Ula and the big bodybuilder and Beyond the Tape. And when they find a cashier arm, they don't find nobody with it. So they find the boat. Who they have to find is the owner of the boat, the pilot of the boat, etc., and bring them back. And I hope they're using the same impasse helicopter to bring them back. Or are they using Guardian passes to go on to that boat down in Trinidad? I ain't nothing about Guardian passes for a long while. That boat sink out. Or is another MV Sue. I'll go and have a nice morning.
Wow. Only on the ground report. Well said, Paula. Whoa. Let's see how articulate the callers, huh? That's what makes us number one and always will be. Is playing talk. Yeah, go ahead.
The number of variables there, including, of course, what has not been said, you know, it shows a pattern of behavior of dishonesty by this government. Because remember, they had already gone to this international agency responsible for maritime shipping and so on, and made a case, I think it's an insurance company, made a case for the spill. And of course, they issued some monies already with respect to that. That is what Stuart Young told us. So now that is already completed, but 9 months after the fact, you find the boat. Finding the boat doesn't have any relations or any significance at all for Trinidad and Tobago in terms of compensation for those persons who would have devastatingly been affected by that spill. And the answer is clearly no, because you already got the money. You gave, of course, approval for the money. Let me put it that way. You may not have it in the central bank as yet. But you gave 50 million for the spill already. THA said, well, their bill is actually 120 something million. So there's an outstanding sum that has to be paid. But to make that statement coming out of the Attorney General's office as opposed to the Commissioner of Police, you understand why you have to take what they say, as the caller said, but not just a dose, not just with a bucket, but a truckload of salt or maybe a beach full of salt. And I'm saying that against the context, again, utilizing the office of the Attorney General for public relations purposes and propaganda, because here it is, the Office of the Attorney General made a statement, as well as EMBD, in that matter, where the Privy Council said, listen, Ole will have to go to court and let the court decide whether or not those 5 cartel private or civil action could be ventilated and see where the pendulum spins. And here it is, because Munilal is involved, the Attorney General issues a statement on the matter. The EMBD, the entity that laid the complaints to the court, also made a double whammy on the matter, and Munilal had cause to say, well, this is political persecution because there was no need for those two entities, especially the Attorney General, to of course say anything. And at any rate, he was not part and parcel of that matter that went to the Privy Council. He was only awaiting the outcome because his defense has already been made many years ago, is ready, and therefore all he has to do now is to file.
Nice.
But I'm just showing you how the Attorney General department now is now being used as for any opportunity to look good, but there's reverse psychology in steroids, but will go nowhere because we know their game plan and we know their modus operandi.
Nice. Let's take a call. Let's take a call on the number one program, man. Let's take a call. Morning caller. Where are you calling from? And what's your contribution on the ground report this morning? Welcome.
Good morning. Silver Fox here. Silver Fox.
Right, well,
good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Mikey. And good morning, AK Postman, Ravi, and your family. Good people. Now, with this voting, I am not running behind every truck that pass. What I want to know, what I want to know is what the EBC get 10 million to do. What I want to know, we are changing the pattern of our voting. That is what I want to know.
You go ahead. We hear you. You go ahead. We hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
All right. I want to know how this man started to sing calypso, right? This man supposed to sing church songs because I don't know how a man could make $1 allege getting rid of all his colleagues. Some committing suicide. This blood allege is on his hands. What is wrong with the people in Trinidad and Tobago? We want election now. We can't take on no more tax. We can't take on this property tax. A man from Antigua is telling us when to pay the tax, and they are laughing at us. We are not fools in this country. Let us come out and stand up for our rights. We have rights as everybody else. Let us come out to the street and stand up for our rights. Let us change the dynamics of this country. We can do it. Everything they tell us is about away, and we live here. They're telling us go away and see how the place look like and how people live. But we don't have no money to go nowhere, and he know that he's laughing at us. This minister is laughing at the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and this has to stop. We have to get up as one people and stop this bleeding. We own nothing again. We are slaves now in our own island of Trinidad and Tobago. We are slaves. We go back to slavery. Everything these people doing for us to be going down. They are not uplifting us. We are tired. I am tired. I am fed up. I born, and my grandmother says, save something for rainy days. It has no rainy days. I can't save nothing. The government taking everything in tax. What next? What next? They will tax me walking with my wife. Tax. We don't even own a home. Oh God, people. When we build a house, we couldn't even sleep because he said a work widow in both come from Antigua and take away that. What next they gonna take away from us, and we stand up like sheep? Get up and stand up, people. Let me stand up for our rights. Let me ask this property tax. Ask it now. These people need to go and go. They are blight. They're wicked. They are no good. I don't know what to call them again, but they're just in our faces and they want to move. They know we don't want them. Go PNM go. Get out of our face and Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, also have a voice note from Philip Alexander, so let's hear it. Oh boy, let me pop Mikey there. Oh boy.
Ready?
Yes. Nice. So we're going back to some voice notes now. Ah, boy.
They're giving you all kind of details to distract your mind and throw you off. The bandits were dressed like children, or the men was dressed like women, or the woman was dressed like Superman. Those things don't matter. What matters is you robbed a store in a mall. A mall usually has a fence, and an entrance and an exit is usually on a highway or somewhere where it is easy for police to block, stop, cordon, corral. Where are our community police? Where are our police on the beat? Where are the police that have that mall as their responsibility? Where are the police in the roving command centers, the vehicles? You see the vehicles that we have parked up all over this country, the thousands of vehicles that make all them 1% rich, that park up and rotten. Those vehicles in a real country would be used as mobile command centers. And the whole country, based on demographics, based on access, would have roving mobile command centers. And from the moment an alarm is tripped, the beat police, the feet police, the police on foot responding, and all of the mobile commands bringing in support, the helicopter dispatched, everybody getting reports, this was happening, they're heading down this road, helicopter take to the air to give them eye in the sky. All of that, nothing in Trinidad, but you're spending $9 billion on national security, and you're being fooled, and you're looking at criminals in shirt and tie in government, fooling you into believing the rule of law was meant to hog-tie the citizens and shove their hands down in your pockets and take away all your earnings as taxes so that they and their friends, family, and financiers could steal it. And that is what is wrong with Trinidad and Tobago, because the average person not seeing past the story, the average person not seeing past the responsibility of the government. The average person will ask me, but the Prime Minister don't drive the police car. And the Prime Minister is not the police commissioner. And all that stupidness. But the Prime Minister's job is to set a cabinet, and the cabinet job is to set management. So it's from the top down, the buck stops with the Prime Minister. I have told Trinidadians for years, the Prime Minister has one job: man management. Man and woman, but we call it man management in industrial terms. Man management. The Prime Minister's job is to appoint the first level of senior management, and that is the cabinet. Those are the ministers, and their jobs are to enunciate the plan, the goals, the targets, the budgets, and that is supposed to be handled trickle down by different levels of seniority and people in positions of authority. Where is all of that in Trinidad and Tobago? And the day y'all start pushing past Sabga media bullshit and start asking those questions is the day we will start to become a real country.
Oh boy. Philip, you had to take it down again. In the GR around the dial.
No, that was a WhatsApp that was sent to everyone on his list.
Okay.
So again, we do apologize for that. That should have been vetted. We do apologize for that voice note, but no, that was sent to the masses.
Okay.
Yeah.
You blast it out.
Mikey, good morning again to you, Andy, Lennox, and to everybody. Lennox, this morning we are proving that patience is a virtue. Patience is really, really a virtue. He talking about what camera drink. I wonder what it is he drinking. That the information not soaking through. That the opposition cannot do anything if the DPP throw the case. What can the opposition do? You see, they so want to come here and talk and say, let's call the radio station, that they don't care what crap they talk. They don't care what crap they talk. I tell you, dealing with that is like dealing with a 5-year-old now learning the alphabet in school. Patience is really a virtue.
Annie Williams, good morning. Every day is another story to distract the citizens of the country. We have to stay focused. The PNM had to leave here. What arrest he making Anguilla with this Gulf Stream? You didn't know who it is, so how come you're arresting somebody now? You didn't know who the Gulf Stream belonged to. How come you're arresting somebody now? And let them be careful and open up a can of worms. Because Trinidad and Tobago done under pressure with Venezuela. So let them don't open up a can of worms, because if they open up a can of worms, you're going to hear all who involved in that Gulf Stream oil spill business there. They don't play boasting in Parliament like if they do something. They do nothing. All they do is making themselves a fool, because you make it clear to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, you don't know who you belong to, and you can't find nobody. All of a sudden you find people, but all you call it sale fruit in Port of Spain. All you be careful, eh? Be careful when you interfere with when you interfere with all you. Have a good morning.
That was Maraboni from Tobago. But Mikey, you're clearly on that. They didn't find nobody, but they find just the boat. And that's what the news told you, eh? Any individual get locked up?
Just the tugboat. The tugboat. They arrested the tugboat.
The boat.
They've got it. When it should have been simply said, listen, we have located it, and it has been secured by the authorities in Angola. That's all. But to go on to talk about this is PNM performance, with what? With what? You found the boat. All right. You found the owners. You arrested the owners. Are you ready to extradite them? Are they going to be extradited here to back to Trinidad and Tobago? Who's going to stand the cost of all of that? All the fisher folk, all the people that were affected, the tourism. Who is going to address it with Fali and his team? Have you laid that out? But you're standing there in the People's Parliament, in the Senate, talking about that is PNM performance. Performance on what? You would think that he was out there with the little jacket, with the little short self, jumping in the water, swimming in circles, and he get up there and hold somebody as he showed them that hobbit face. Ah, yes, we do it. Yes, we spill the oil. And I am happy to say that is PNM performance. That could have been a better movie. But to stand up there and talk that utter nonsense about you are handing a note and you arrested the tugboat. Come on, man.
Lennox, before we take this call, short and sweet. Before we take this call, 1 minute, you laugh. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing on that?
That is typical. That is typical PNM. Don't be surprised if arrest is an invention or an insertion by they themselves, because they have this uncanny ability to exacerbate and exaggerate that which really does not exist. Because you already got paid. You say you went up to where the headquarters is of that maritime agency, and you negotiated, and they didn't want to pay, but they decided to pay. And how does that boat now becomes culpable for anything? I would expect
that you paid, that the people paid, that the people paid.
If you get paid from that agency will now go after the boat owners. I can understand that. So it's a bunch of hogwash, stereotypical of this administration for political electioneering purposes. That's all. But their currency really and truly has lost all value.
Oh boy, caller, pleasant good morning to you. What's your contribution to the Ground Report this morning? Welcome to the Ground Report.
We are calling them to make up.
Tobago. Your phone bad. Tobago.
Breaking up bad. Breaking up bad there to me. We want to hear your contribution.
Yes, I'm saying this PNM party need to go down the Hall of Fame. They are the best citizens of creation.
I ain't understand him. I didn't understand it, boy. You gotta call me back.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I will want to find out now, does that mean that we will get our monies now? Because you paid 50 million and you still have a remaining something in the vicinity of 80 million to pay for those persons who contributed to the cleaning up of that spill. That is what to be goodness must be concerned about now.
Of course, not the boat. You get the tugboat. That was never the mission. That was never the mission. Hey, boat, we have you. Do you know what you did? What is it talking about?
You will not hear about that boat again. Let me put it that way.
That's it. You're right. That's right.
That's right. By saying what he said there, and that's it. Full stop.
That's it. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Because the next thing they'll tell you, it's tied up in all kind of documents with the authorities, and it's a geopolitical issue, and all that. You'll never hear about that boat again. That boat ain't reaching nowhere close. There, nobody is going to be held accountable. Nobody is going to be held accountable. Look how long it takes just to find the boat. You can imagine how long it will take to get justice. Come on, man.
That was the argument when they went to that financing agency to get money for the spill. They said that they can't find it. So if you find it post facto, that has nothing to do with anything else. Let them go behind it if it's so, if they put out their money. And that and all, we're not certain, because the people were saying they were hard pressed to consider Trinidad and Tobago as a justifiable case. But only on the environmental front, they would, of course, consider. And I am not certain if they're getting any money at all.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago. Oh boy, let me take some voice notes since we have no other calls yet. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's go to some voice notes. Mikey, you're easy now, boy. You really... Watch me. Rowley, that stress me out. That's going to stress me out. But sometime, Mikey go come with something, boy. Oh, Lord. Hey, hello, bot. You're under arrest.
Yeah. Have you.
What you do?
He tracking you.
What do you do? He swim around.
He tracking you. Yeah.
He like,
and he dive in the water and start to swim, because you know he done short. He going in circles and he grab onto the boat and slap handcuffs on it. There you go. And this is something he coming back to tell the people. They find that boat. You find out that is after the fact. Now that you find the boat, what else? And Lennox is correct. You'll never hear about that again. Just trying to stand there with that PR stunt and trying to see how best they can get mileage out of that. So the little minions could go all over the airwaves and talk about, you see, we find a boat. All right, and how that helping you? How that helping the people at Tobago? This government could find a boat. We know they could find a boat. They just can't find the reason for all the crimes, for all the deaths of the babies, for all the people that are kicking down your door and invading your home, all the extortionists, all the kidnappers. They can't find them at all. But by golly, they could find a boat. Who's on the outside?
Morning, caller. Where you calling from? And what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Morning, Andy. Morning, Mikey and Lennox. I'm calling from Labrador.
Okay, workers' rights. Go ahead, my brother. Jeffrey, go ahead.
You know, I read in this papers here. I do not research on an article that I would have seen in which the Minister of Tourism would have said that they would have contributed $16 billion to the GDP. And you know, seeing that I was on that spectrum, I would have went back from in previous records far back until 2000. And the thing about it is this: I find the population, there are certain things that the population should be asking for clarity on, because that is not a realistic figure at all. Because if tourism does contribute 2.1% and 3.1%, and the projection for this year here is $7 billion, something funny about this whole situation is the Minister of Tourism lying. Because let me give you some figures that we could compare to. In the whole of St. Patrick area, Point 14, we just contribute 40% of the GDP, the overall GDP within the country. And that only adding up to be $11 billion. Where is 16 billion coming from? What type of figure is that? It's not realistic, and the population has some clarity now. If you go and you dissect the article that is placed in the Newsday concerning that whole situation, you are seeing it talking about the cricket and 20,000 people come Trinidad, and when they do a math, it's coming up to be about $7 billion more. How that possible? Where that money coming from? Is that a lie to distract people? What is that? That's my question today. Some of these figures and them, they are not realistic outside there, and we must pay attention. You, the Minister of Tourism, jump up in the Parliament and talking shoppiness. That is just to distract the people. We need to pay attention to the money. And good morning to the rest of to the
Region.
audience.
Yeah, man. Thank you, there, brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Checks and balances. Go ahead, Andy. We have
morning caller.
Bogus self-serving appraisal. That's what happened there. Bogus
Morning.
self-serving appraisal.
We have somebody there, Lennox.
Yes.
Morning. Go ahead.
Morning caller. Caller, you're breaking up bad, but go ahead. Try. Huh?
Breaking up, caller. Breaking up.
Breaking up. You're breaking up bad. Try me back.
You
Next
sound
caller.
like you're underwater or something, man.
Yeah. Try us back. Try us back, caller. Morning. Next caller. Morning.
Love the program.
Oh boy. Me take a next call again. Only make the calls. Make the calls.
Love the program, but you can't swim and listen at the same time. Morning.
Gentlemen, again, Barack for here again. Gentlemen, I feel the reason why Randall Mitchell made that statement, like he attended someone a Puff Daddy party and he didn't get no baby oil. But apart from that, I've seen that they find the boat, right? Quite in Angola. Why not they no find Bridgeman now in Trinidad and find Traffic Gura? That was also two boats that was in controversy where a shipment of fuel left Trinidad and Tobago and we didn't know where it gone to. Bridgeman, who replaced the sea bridge, we still don't know who is that. So we could try and find out these things right here in Trinidad. We don't go all over the world and find a boat. You know, this scenario come like a shipment of guns in a container going in a central warehouse. You know what they do? They go and arrest the poor driver with making a little hustle to pull trailer. They go and lock up the poor man, arrest him, but he came buy a good roti for lunch. But they go and arrest him, and they find nobody who bringing in the guns and who own the guns on it. That's the kind of brilliance this government have. Have a good morning, gentlemen.
Thank you. Next caller. Morning. Welcome to the Ground Report.
Andy for Gandhi and Gandhi for Andy. Lennox, Mikey, all the technical staff.
Yes, brother. Morning.
Guy on the channel and the workers platform and share the life on all media. Also Lennox and also Mikey, that Ola will go and question the badge, so she will have to leave for 3 months to Ghana, to Angola to get a statement from the badge. But you see, what Brother Jeffrey just said, I don't understand. It will sound bad, right? Now the parents crying now, the race scared. But after Rowley put all the East Indian in front of the Africans first, and now they try how to try to split the race scared, they have nothing to go on the race. So that is one part of the avenue shut down. Then you see all this diversion where they put it out at the smoke screen. Nobody accounted for the $70 billion budget just gone. And that's the kind of debate they give and the answers they give where they do with the people money. 9 years. This is 9 years on the 10th year now we making. The African diaspora didn't get one good delivery and upliftment in this country. And they see where they see for the money. Now India and all of them, you see now they can spit, how they spit it on the supporters of the PNM. Right? And there was disregard because money going to the head, the kind of money they have in the pocket now from the state. Then I want to ask now, right, where the economic prosperity for this 9 years to uplift the black man in election coming. But I only hope people know that if we only have 100,000 registered voters, 3 days, and you will get 7,000 people to vote for it. And when I say the PNM, poor supporters, the core who he depend on and who winking, they reject him and they don't understand it. But he wants to do a change in that regard to put Stuart Young now that he postponed it. And I want to know the 5 easy that I can't call up all of them money or done just so. But the 5 of them, I wonder what I have to say now. Right? All the UNC who run to the PNM, that is the kind of governance all over, and they got to change the leadership on time and put the party in order. I want to see Eugene Williams have to say about it. And all his thought was are the strong PNM, the real PNM membership. So I just tell you, the thief for the money, if people are hungry, and then you want to put a person to guarantee
he continue thieving. And what restaurant give Trinidad? Shell. Let me check that. But when a minister like Dr. Mulina has to answer, why does Stuart and them answer for the shortfall of the Harlem Jones money? Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, caller.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy. A lot of calls coming in. Let me see if I have any more voice notes by the meanwhile too. While we await your calls. All right. Morning, caller. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, hey, welcome. I'm telling the guy earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing with that. Usually this man who extend this program and the program very short. I can get through this program, right? Let us say here, anyway.
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Right, boy. Let us say you was on fire. You was on fire last night, boy. He was like out of control, boy. Let us define all the laws of physics. And first time I see a fire start from top down. No spark, no combustibles, nothing. Lennox talking revolutionary talk, Lennox challenging people to come into the guile on the corridor, You understand? Lennox, boy, I feel you got up several notches further. Boy. You move from out of control to critical mass. You want critical mass, and I feel you want supernova. I feel supernova is the highest level that they could really be at. But I know Adi, I want that with Lennox. I feel Lennox have a bucket of holy water just waiting for them PNM demons in a way. And talking about the guy, right? Talking about the guy, Mikey, and I've seen Mikey, right?
You'll be there going to do something quick. Go ahead. We're listening.
Yeah.
And the people on Gaia are listening.
So that stick, boy, that guy will stick in holy water. And the posture for the holy stick is both hands up in the air, one foot in front, next foot behind. I don't know where all is, boy. And they're doing the Gaia dance. So Lennox said, but I don't know what Andy allowing Rodeo come and interfere with the program. I using the program is cutting off all kind of thing. But the Andy way, Andy length the program and it gets shorter. Lennox, you want to put some sense in that, boy. But just one more thing, right? Just one more thing. This pre-action protocol. I don't know what to call what to refer to as that. Maybe a reptilian shapeshifter, because many of them shapeshift into women or something, but only women is truth. This person wants to tell people that you privileged, that you seen trouble in Trinidad, because it could be worse. Like you referring to the leader, if who dead. So you want to be thankful that you were dead yet, Jason. What is wrong with these people? I don't know here. And then we had this next I don't know what to call she, but she's supposed to be fasting. She's supposed to be fasting, and I don't think she fasted. What was? Yeah, before I forget, I just want to tell you,
I had a cut.
Yeah. No.
All right. Next caller, man. Next caller. Oh boy, just too much, a little too long, and you're very good. Your contribution, but but it can't be too long. When it get long, you're starting to sound confused.
And other people started to 40.
Yes. Oh boy.
And some people on the line cussing, so keep it short and sweet.
Yes. All right, so let me play some voice note. Wait, let me. Wow. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Morning. Boy,
from the donor creation, PNM is the greatest party. They need to go down the Guinness Book of Record.
The Tobago?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, man, they need to go in the other field.
Why?
Boy, them on the real. You can't believe. Are they for real?
Where are the both
the great is not past you since you got up creation.
But Tobago, where after when Mikey talk about the find the boat, the rest the boat over?
Mikey not by me. But this people are no damn shame, boy. Hey, God. I just put it. That is laughing stuff of the world. Yeah.
Oh, God, thank you, Tobago. Thank you. Oh, God, Lennox Smith, right to you.
No shame.
You see, the way Mikey put on that day, Lennox, no.
Yeah.
Tell me coming back with
shame.
that, you know. That boat thing there, it dead.
Yeah.
Because it's joking.
Yeah, that is the other that.
It's real joking.
Waste people time. Trying to get political mileage off of that. Again, so the little medians could go all over. You see little Rowley and them, and they ain't gonna say the AG, you know. Look, Rowley and them get the boat. They get the boat. And what they gonna do? Bring it back here and compete with Iowa George for boat rides? What they gonna do with the tugboat? Tell us. They find it in Angola. How much will it cost to get it back here? Who's going to stand trial? This trial is going to be what? What maritime laws? What governs these waters? I mean, then we had to wait for that to go to the Privy Council because the owners. I mean, oh God, you find the boat. Good for you. You and your family should jump on that tugboat and you all should sail to where the monkey put in nuts.
Full stop. Full stop. All right, let me get some voice notes there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hey. Oh boy. That is a laugh. Nice. We'll play some voice notes here, man.
Cool. All my schoolmates at school, and we still friends up to now. Sometimes we had a boy, family boy, roti. Okay, you take my bread and peanut butter, and I go take my roti and plantain. That is a bit little bit of love in this country, boy. But Rowley and the ministers divide the country and only thinking on race. Why they should be? From a little boy going to school, and almost schoolmates, we still friends. Some girl and come some of them been joke. Right? That's the road they take. But Rowley make everybody pipers in the country, but putting everybody against one another, boy. But you see me, I'm just a cruel in me. So Rowley can't tell me to be racial or to talk about divide me and talk about disrespect my friends. No. All my friends they treat me that love. Up to now. Right? And this Rowley government is the worst that ever passed in this country. The Rowley make history in the country now. They're going to go find out quite an angle. And why they can't find traffic go according to my ticket. And this one they call the Pump City Rasta, but he the worst. He and Dia and Jacka sing. And this one they call them again. Sure, so I'm putting them the worst ever passed in the country. Have a blessed person, day and you're not still begging for my bottle. Have a blessing, my brother.
Yes, man. My brother.
Yeah, guys. Yeah. Yesterday in Parliament, in Bud, like if he was in Best Village, breaking news, they just find the boat or they find the tug or they find wherever the hell it is. And that is performance, PNM style, if you hear excitement. And the set of clowns, the candidates for the garbage bags, all of them on the PNM side there. If you hear how they thumping the desk, you know as if it's this big achievement. But as if all the fellas say, they can't find the murderers. They can't find the fella that they kidnapped so about 2 weeks ago. They can't find all the wrong things and the evildoers in this Trinidad, but they could find the tug. And I see, all your fellas, all you're on point. All you just come with the facts, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You understand? And both of them have to know when they talking the crap, they ain't talking to PNM dunce. You understand? When you, or I should say, they're talking to PNM dunce, not the intelligent people in this country who you can't tell a goat is an elephant. You understand? Talk to your PNM dunce
and tell them the moon living in Balize house. You understand? I'm fed up of them. I'm fed up of them. Every day is a different thing. And until the people in this country, they stand up and fight for what is. They ain't see what is going on. This is a critical situation in this country. They can call it a country. This is a circus. This is a zoo that we living in. No police, no lawfulness, no nothing that is supposed to be good in this country. Everything in this country is a mess, a total mess, a whole mess and nothing but a mess. And when these PNM open their mouth, they lying and believing themselves, and they want everybody else to believe it. Well, it ain't going down, so you know, we had enough. And it's about time we the people start doing something. They sit here and take on them striking this morning, they take long. The whole of Trinidad should strike. And here the lights could go, the water could go, everything will go, because it's only when the people have pressure, they understand the power of the people, you hear? Because when you boil it all down, everything that is running in this country is not by Rowley and Imbert and the Timon Stewart Young, it's the people. The people have to control everything in this country to make this country work. The people that they don't want to pay, the people that they have no respect for, the people that they're abusing. If everybody put down tools, put it that way, and stand up and say, okay, PNM had to go, see what will happen in this country. Or you're joking, yes? The power of the people is so big, it's so great, but the problem is, they just don't know it.
Andy, Imbert should be ashamed to announce that in Parliament. That means we have no security in our country. A boat coming in here with a tugboat, make an oil spill, and have time to reach where you reach there, for you to now arrest the tugboat. We have nothing going on in our country named security and securing borders. It's a set of duns we have, and then nobody must believe Limo. Limo went to Miami and lie in a court. So we're not supposed to believe he. So we should shame that we have nothing to guard our borders. Everybody could come in free and go out free. Make them mischief, do what they want, and when they're ready, they say they arrest the tugboat. It's a waste of time in this place. Every time they go in Parliament and they shame when people start to beat them, the opposition, they start to ball us, they start to bring in a set of things that don't make no sense. All you don't believe these people, they're too lied. Lying is the name and the game. They're wicked.
Good morning, guys. And Mikey K, you make me fall off my bed this morning. What they do with the tug, the raid, the badge? Put a handcuff on it and arrest it. Mikey K, that was the best one I hear for the whole week going down. You all guys have a blessed day.
Oh Lord.
You really have to laugh, you know, because you know this reminds me of a certain individual who used to work with Peter Pan on this crime show. But they always good to show you a gun. Look at our gun, look at our gun. That's really the PNM way, you know. The PNM is only go for the smoking gun. Forget the shooter. Look, we had the gun. This is it here. Yeah, this is what they kill Cannon with. And then they do so and they come back and they kill Trigger. This is it. This is the gun. We had the gun. Listen, how is that going to help anybody? There's nobody to bring to justice. You handcuff this tugboat and putting it where? In a cell? You're going to bring it down St. Vincent Street, put it in the courthouse? What nonsense you're talking? We know the gun. Who is the shooter? Who owned the vessel? Who is going to compensate the fisher folk? And the people who are affected by this spill in Tobago and the tourism sector? We know what the gun did. We know the damage of the gun, but my God, go and get the shooter. It's the shooter we want.
We want the shooter. Come on, let's see if we have any other voice notes. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And before we get, and the strange thing about it, gentlemen, the listening public, they had the information since last week, Friday, but they held on to it so he could stand up after winding up this whole budget, this waste of time budget, to put that in, to create a distraction and to get political mileage. Since last week, Friday, Why are more than hold a press conference? The office of the Attorney General over the weekend, do something, win back your credibility. But no, they say hold on to that. We go hit that hard next week Wednesday. Yeah, and we go throw everybody off that this budget is nonsense. Come on, man.
And don't be surprised, gentlemen, if the owners, knowing full well that they would be compensated or they have made overtures to be compensated by this international organization. I just found it there. Let me give you the name of the organization, just in case you believe that we are on kicks here. It is called the IOPC, the International Oil Pollution Compensation Funds. Yes, your chum, we know. So the IOPC, the International Oil Pollution Compensation Fund, was approached, and they have decided to give some money, something like 20 million US. They are advocating for. Of course, he said at the joint, well, not at the joint, but at the accounts committee dealing with the budget, he said that he still has to go and get it. But they have already, of course, put out money in order to compensate the people in Tobago as part of the budgetary allocation there too. But the point I am making here is that it could well be that the owners, having, of course, recognized that they have gone there for compensation, decide, of course, to make themselves visible. Because the Gleaner and all, the Jamaican newspaper has carried that, and that date is October the 24th. So that's just about what? That's the days. That's the days. That has been carried in today's Jamaican papers. So it just goes to show that there is always something sinister and always something underhand with these people. 9 months after the spill, you now get out, after, of course, you're getting compensation from an international institution. Don't doubt at all if there is some nexus between some close associate with the PNM in that regard. And of course, they get a handshake, because we will never hear about that boat or that incident again. This is only for public relations gimmickry.
Thank you very much. Let's take a call. Morning caller, welcome to the Ground Report.
Yeah. Morning, Andy. Morning, Mikey K, and morning, Lennox Smith. Let me tell all you something. I don't know if all you can remember Malcolm X. I keep telling all you, this government know about a whole oil spill in Tobago. And I was always questioning if it's taxpayers' money have to pay to clean up the oil spill. But now, all you're telling me, listen now, and be very stupid in this country to believe that. You know. Them know all the time we're going on and they get time. Here we want them go to clap and be happy with. You see the $3 billion? I want them to find that. I want them to find the US money where they can't find. Why let me tell you, Trinidad and Tobago, just as how they pass bill for we to take injection quick for COVID. Let we get a bill passed and a begging the opposition for accountability. Politicians declare the asset and start to lock up people and seize this country still rich, you know. If we take money from all them politicians where they are hiding all about, and I hear this stupid one talking about travel. It's true, Panama is 35 cents on the train in Panama. You gain a pants for $2 in Panama. Will you know about cost of living? Because it is not a buying up meaning. This stupid one from Saudi, we was in HDC, Randall Mitchell. Will you know about traveling? Them is a good thing. Everything them doing is off of we taxpayers' money. So it must know the cheap out there. Trinidad and Tobago, the longer we stay with this government, don't get carried away with this boat. This boat, them know about it. It was them oil, all of them. Ask Newman George about that and the divers with drowned. Let Newman George and them answer and tell Trinidad and Tobago the truth. Since they moved a man from AGC and they put him in the oil company, the place get blight. He blight AGC and he blight him there too. Because why?
he, the speaker, Rowley, all of them is twin. Man, look, Trinidad and Tobago, it's time for we to rise. Tea and take all your rise, what all your rise. And let me close down the place and call for election now, boy. Or don't know how many people could dead by next year. Boy, all have a good day, boy, ready all now, boy. All know I ready for wherever it is, boy. By any means necessary, we have to get rid of input and stuff, young man.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, next, I'm gonna play a little voice note.
So I went to my local Jamaican store to get something to eat, and I noticed in the freezer they had like little packages of breadfruit, like slice of breadfruit, slice of mango, and all these different products from Jamaica. So I went up and asked the business owner, like, how it is, like, where are you getting all these products from? Like, how are you doing this? And he told me it's just like a little small business, like little normal people, you know, started this little company, and now they have like an international business where they have Jamaican products available in New York. How come I never see no Trini products like that? How come I see no one from Trinidad doing something like that?
No, it's get Trini.
Simple little stuff. All you gotta do is just partner with one business, and boom.
Nah, you do get Trini things.
No, yeah, come on. Yeah.
That stores, you can go all in England, you're getting
That's
Trini
right,
stores.
that's right,
Just the
that's
same way
right.
you're getting Jamaican stores, you're getting Trini stores, you get Ghanaian stores too, shops too. So, yeah, you have that. You just never bounce it.
Yeah, but gentlemen, I bought a little boy in New York. The only big difference here is that I had to pay an extra 5 cents for the returning of the plastic.
The bottle, yeah, the bottle.
You wouldn't pay a cent. You would pay a cent for the cleanup of the environment. That's the biggest. So I take your point that you will find products coming from Trinidad, emanating from Trinidad, in these stores, these side stores that I think the Koreans and they would be, of course, peddling all over New York and other places. But listen, you know that this scenario is similar. This boat scenario, this arresting of this tug, is similar to the clearing of the Sealots graveyard, the boat graveyard in Sealots. It has a similar tone like this, because here it is in the case Sochong boasted that they clear the harbor, they clear all of those things and all the boats and so on in Sealots. And of course was boasting that nobody saw it fit because it was a eyesore and an environmental hazard, etc., etc. But what he did not tell us is that Alan Warner has a facility down on that side that requires, of course, their ship or their boats supply of cement, etc., to come to that area. And I am not casting any aspersion, only to say it is curious that here it is that they chose there to clean up, because and therefore, or should I say, and here we have the presence of Alan Warner down there in that same vicinity, benefited from it, utilizing taxpayers' money. In the case of that arrested boat, they didn't have taxpayers' money, but they used taxpayers' money to remain a member of the International Oil Pollution Compensation Fund. And they went there, and after they were able, of course, to get some kind of compensation, they then announced that they arrested this boat. And I will not be surprised if there is some nexus to the PNM with respect to the owners.
Hold on that. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report?
Morning, Andy. This is your New York caller here.
Go ahead,
I just want to correct is a manifesto I was talking about where you see breadfruit and thing in a store. So why are you going to a Jamaican store to look for Trinidad products? Jamaican store is promote Jamaican stuff, but I can tell you without a doubt, we have so much products from Trinidad selling right here in New York. You don't suffer for nothing. You understand me? We have from fried china in bottles. One of the best brand, the best tasting brand, the Sani. You can get solo, you can get apples, you can get peanut punch, you can get preserve, lachu, every kind of preserve you want from Trinidad. It's a lot of Trinidad products selling here. Yeah, understand? We're getting good dashing bush too. I'm telling you, if you want to find unorthodox pepper sauce, one of the best tasting pepper sauce, people say Bertie's is the best. No, we have one of the best tasting pepper sauce without any preservatives, called Habanero brand. The brand name is Habanero. It has been sold in all the roti shops in Queens here. Another brand, a big brand, is Mother-in-Law brand, they call it. Mother-in-Law is the brand name. I can tell you, Mother-in-Law mango to carry, boy. They have pepper choker. They have everything, shadow benny pepper sauce, everything you want from Trinidad. You get that right here in New York City. Let them come down Queens by Trin City, Trinity Delight, Sings Roti Shop, all about it. All about in the Bronx, have it. You understand? So that Mr. Manifesto, go and shop in the Trinidad place. Don't go to Jamaican place to ask for Trinidad products.
All right, thank you very much. Oh my gosh.
Trinidad products being sold there, vice versa. But I had an experience in New York when, of course, I saw, I took a bottle of pepper sauce, as you took pepper sauce. And, there's a plagiarizing of label, because it was, everything came from somewhere Korea, but they put on it Trinidad pepper sauce. So you even have that happening on the ground in that part of the world.
Hold 1 minute again. Oh boy.
Good morning, Andy.
So
this is Kendrick. How you doing? Trinidad and Tobago. Hey, is Trinidad gone mad? Trinidad gone mad, man. You're a mad place now, man. Oh Lord, man, arrested badge.
Man, say man arresting badge. I say play next voice note.
Oh, so that is why we ain't seen Erla. She went out in Angola to arrest the badge. Well done, Erla. We thank you for arresting the badge. Now come here and deal with the criminals. Deal with them.
Next.
I want to ask you a question again. Didn't Kamla Pasar-Bisesa put that DPP there? Didn't she put in there? And I have another question. Who leased the pitch lake to get billions of dollars borrowed from China? Who? I wonder. Andy Williams, I have a question for Lennox Smith. I don't know if you didn't listen to my message clearly, but I'm going to say it again. I'm going to ask the question. Could the DPP do what he want, even it's unlawful, and not bring a matter against somebody when there is evidence of wrongdoing and fraud, and he could get away with it, and nobody can do him nothing? I don't believe that, Lennox Smith. I want your answer on that again. I don't believe somebody could do what they want. According to the law of this country, nobody is above the law, including the president. Nobody means nobody. Who gave the president that authority to do what they want, and no police can lock you up? When the law says nobody is above the law, so they make the law saying one thing and then doing something else. And
nice. And besides that, let me play one more quick day one. So that they just know, because when we watch the time is 4 minutes too.
Good morning, my brothers. 4 main things: drugs, guns and ammunition, money laundering, and the boat. Put it together.
Handcuff the boat and put it by the Supiani Boulevard. Put the jacket, pay them my chance to see it. When I bring round them, arrest the boat. Then bring the boat and put it by by Supiani Boulevard in the heart of Port of Spain. That's a jack.
Again, watch all your language when you're sending your voice note, please. Okay, next warning, I would not play. When I see your voice note, I would not play it.
You're not. Gotta make sense. Gotta make sense.
3
minutes before the hour of 10 o'clock as we wrap things up, Andy.
Yes. But it have one more call. Caller, short and sweet.
Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, caller.
Good morning.
Where are you calling from? Area.
Canada.
Canada. Go ahead, Canada.
No, with bringing stuff into the country, they say they're banning honey. And something about the honey, when you open the bottle, is going to affect the bees out there. I haven't heard anything of the sort. Could you guys check that out for me, please?
Lennox, you check out that. There's something with honey.
Yeah, I think
But Canada, that you're talking about bringing something in Canada, or bringing honey to Canada, or bringing
from Canada
honey
to Trinidad.
or from Canada to Trinidad.
Yes.
Yeah.
They say
the Guyanese has an issue, a current issue on that matter as well. They have been banning their honey products as well coming into Trinidad, and that is a brewing dispute. But with respect to the guys' concern or question, well, the DPP has total and absolute control of all criminal matters. However, if the DPP go and steal something, he can't be charged. Understand that? However, if the president goes and steals something, she cannot be charged. So there are people who are above the law in the grassroots sense. Yes.
As far as these office holders. So that brings us to the end of this morning's program, folks. Again, please try and stay alive. Until tomorrow, God willing, we'll be right back here, the Ground Report. And to our CARICOM brothers and sisters on Gael, thank you so much for your support. And those on Real Media TT, don't forget Facebook and YouTube on Real Media TT from 6 a.m. Monday to Friday, and from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Gael TV. It is the Ground Report. On behalf of Lennox Smith, Andy Pitbull Williams, and yours truly, Mikey K, and our technical director, try and stay alive until tomorrow. We are out of here. Don't forget tonight, Corridor Transformation, 8 o'clock, Lennox Smith on social media. Have a good one.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Shoes and ting, and me care buy no shirt and ting. Soon as PNM win, not a thing, not a thing, not a thing. Well, the tax in me house and ting, and me cash up online and ting. What a thing, what a thing, what a thing, what a thing. Down in Trinidad a pay gun shot a fling. Every day them get up is a war, war, war. Where the Ras and Aki really fighting for. Cause the rich still rich and the poor still poor. No matter how we knock and the da. Well, the poor can't take it no more. So them nines, them a go drum and fi show. We really don't care about the la. We really don't care about the la. Well, me can't buy no books and thing, and me can't buy no food and thing. Not a thing. Man, soon as PNM win, youth want smartphone and thing, but they can't go to school and sing. Not a thing. Man, soon as PNM win. What?
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.